about you?
I hear that.
I'll be a lot better on fucking Tuesday when this money comes in. And then Wednesday when this money comes in. And then Thursday when this money comes in. That's what she said.
Yeah, I figure I'll just play Yu-Gi-Oh.
You say Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, like PS4 Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh. I didn't know there was one for PS4.
Yeah, it's on. It's super. It's like, play against people.
There used to be I was gonna say there used to be a IRC client that you used to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh through back in the early 2000s. It was great.
There's one for Magic called X-Mate.
And will kill for you.
That's kind of cool.
Ava bait.
Don't you want to become a cult leader?
I don't really like
Coffee.
card games. I'd rather just play with cards.
I mean, I think it's just when you when you want to scratch the itch.
Yeah, that makes sense. I used to play the
Don't always
IRC
have
client.
friends available.
Competitive dicks.
That's me though. I don't have my decks are horrible. I almost had a Freudian slip there. It's fucking hard. Not as bad as Toshio's though. RIA, rest in ass.
Bad, but like,
Yeah, it's that European sense of humor, I think. Or he's just weird as
no,
fuck.
it's not European at all.
Yeah, maybe that.
Americans.
So should I keep the Crooked Man sounds in my channel?
No.
Yeah, probably should get rid of those then, I guess, yeah.
I mean, you can leave them, but hit it.
Oh, I'm tripping. Okay. I thought that they already fucking started fucking. What the fuck? Thought the episode of Dragon Ball Super is out.
Tell me about it. Wait, save it for the real podcast.
I still haven't watched any of Super, and I feel like a horrible fan.
Nah, dude.
Well, we'll discuss it. I got you. We'll talk.
All right.
Nah, dude.
We'll talk about
You're
it.
still a fan. You don't have to ever watch.
Sweet.
If you want to watch Super, if you feel like continuing to watch something with Toriyama, then you got it. But dude, it's not a huge deal. Cause fucking, we'll get to it, man.
Some people are trying to say GT is better.
It probably does. Dude.
Fucking what?
Like it probably does. Like I don't even remember like GT much, dude. But like the animations, it just was a different beast. It was in the same lane as Dragon Ball Z was.
I don't know about that because
I'm talking
Toriyama-
animation-wise, dog.
Animation-wise,
maybe, but-
yeah, animation-wise, at least certain first couple arcs. Like once it gets to like Baby, the animation.
Yeah,
I really
I mean,
didn't.
That's what I didn't
I
really
didn't mind
like
any of it.
anymore. Baby was back.
The whole concept of Baby was stupid.
The whole concept of the show is dumb to me. That's just my opinion.
Oh yeah.
It was. It was all stupid. But it was cool that we got to see.
Seemed like they were trying to capture like old Dragon Ball feels.
That's
Like,
exactly
what's
what
going
they're
on?
Yeah, I can understand that.
trying to do. And they can't. You can't do that anymore. Like the only show that's able to pull that off, like give us the old school feels like that, is fucking Boruto. That is straight up the only one, and that's only because of the actually I don't even know why. Maybe it's because they write better.
I literally just started watching Naruto.
Good. It does filler, but you have to just take it in waves.
Yeah, you can't like. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
But don't skip it until you absolutely can't take it anymore. I feel like that's the rule. Because there's sometimes really good filler episodes.
yeah.
Somebody has a list somewhere of like ones to skip and ones to.
Yeah, that's a pretty good list. I didn't do it for regular Naruto, but I did that for Shippuden. After like the second arc.
Yeah, I bet.
There's a really bad arc of all filler.
Kind of like what was the other show? Bleach. Oh my God, Bleach.
Yeah, man, Bleach was fucking good, but the filler was ridiculous.
Yeah, literally more than half of the seasons are filler.
There's a Wikipedia page that lets you kind of like see where the filler is, what arcs are filler and what arcs aren't filler. It's pretty good.
Because I remember while I was watching it, I literally went through like 5 or 6 seasons between the Ulquiorra fight and then going to what's his name, Aizen.
Yeah, I mean, like that. Bleach had some of the best anime moments of all time. Like that Ulquiorra fight is probably like one of the top 5 best anime fights in ever in history. Period. It's good.
I fucking love Bleach. I just fucking love Bleach.
It was so good, man. They dropped the ball so hard. It was like the election. That's what Bleach was like, the election. They had it and they lost it.
Never getting it back.
Yeah.
They're never getting it back.
See, that's the shameful part is I think that they should bring back Bleach, and I'm not the only one. I know that much. But
They'll
apparently
make so much money.
The ratings were horrible in Japan, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's because they were giving us. It's the chapters were like so slow. Progression was so slow. Like there was just a lot that was like not super good on it, man. It sucked.
And the worst part was there was no reason for it because the manga was so far fucking ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no reason for any of that. But they did it anyway. I guess they wanted to milk it, and they ended up ruining it by trying to milk it.
I mean, the manga ended up being utter trash. Like, that shit was garbage.
Honestly, I've never read it.
I mean, it's cool up until like a certain point, and then it just gets super stupid. That's what I'm trying to say.
Stupid, super stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Wow, we got 8 people hosting right now.
That's pretty legit.
That's the most I've ever seen. It's, you know why? It's because you're not streaming, so like we're consolidated, and then I think it's early. Maybe it doesn't seem like a lot of people in the Pittsburgh group are streaming right now, so a lot of those people are auto hosting too. All right. I figure, well, let's fuck around for like 10 minutes and then we'll get to the real deal. What,
Get to the raw law.
get to the raw shit. If you haven't yet, join the Discord. If you talk, the bot will tell you it. That's the key. If you talk, the bot unlocks the squawk box.
The squawk box. The squawk bot.
The bot unlocks the squawk box. Yeah, that would be pretty dope. So, anyone seen any good YouTube videos lately?
Actually, yes, I have.
Yeah, throw it up throw it up. Offer it to the plate.
Well, I guess it's only for fans of like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, though.
All right, I'll give it. I'll let it. I'll allow it.
I got one after him too.
All right, what is it?
It's this guy made a video how to fix Rogue One, and granted, he admits in the video Rogue One doesn't really need fixed. The Star Wars movie.
Wait, we're just gonna like I don't want to listen to a guy talk. It's something visual.
Well, I ain't got nothing for you then, dude.
We can't talk. We can't talk on talks.
That's, I guess, a good point.
I don't have a visual for you.
I need to catch up on Samurai Jack, dog.
Me too. I haven't watched any of the new stuff.
It's really good. It's
yeah. I've seen 3 of the episodes. Let's look at the Last Jedi trailer. Didn't there was the trailer for the Dark Tower came out? And that looked. I was a little underwhelmed, to TBH. Oh yeah, drop the. Yeah, thank you for that link. I didn't see that. Yeah, and thank you for the bits the other day, buddy.
Yeah. This is actually my buddy Chicken. He is really fucking good at like Daisy and stuff, and this round that he went through is literally fucking insane.
Is it?
Well, yeah, wow. This looks dope, though. I'm excited about Star Wars. Somehow, that Disney just continuously keeps me interested.
Except for Rogue One.
Rogue One was
I liked Rogue One.
I didn't. I really didn't.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't worship it. Like, people were like, it's the best Star Wars movie I've ever seen!
I know. The best part was Darth Vader.
About a fucking plot hole.
You know what really bothers me? It's a movie that completely destroys the canon story from the fourth fucking installment.
Yes, that's exactly how I felt. And I liked the movie, except for I thought the ending, the way that they like shoehorned together, like Princess Leia just happens to be hanging out on this battle cruiser in the middle of this giant ass battle, and then the fucking beginning of A New Hope is literally like a half hour after that or whatever. Like they left that battle really and then annoying. A New Hope starts. Like that battle's over and A New Hope starts the next day.
I thought that was the only bad part. And they weren't even explicit in how long it was after Leia had dipped off from Vader's ship or whatever. Like if they would have kind of like pieced that together a little bit better instead of throwing some duct tape and a band-aid on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was my
I think we'd have been cool
beef.
with it.
I thought obviously, and then the only other problem with it was I thought the score sucked, and which I never say about movies ever. I never even talk about the score usually in movies unless it's good. You know, if it's really good, I'll mention it. But if I don't, care about it, I usually don't say anything. But I noticed that I hated the score in the Rogue One, and the title card looked like shit. But other than that, I thought it was.
What really bothers me though is that have you ever played The Force Unleashed?
No.
I have.
So,
I've watched it. I've watched
it. It was canon. I don't know if it is anymore.
No, it's not anymore. It's not
that's
anymore.
bullshit to me.
They got rid of that a while ago with the whole with all the old EU stuff.
That's really That's really horrible because it was canonical, and then they removed it. But that story ties three. Yeah, that's the actual term. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway, the story ties together 3 and 4 in a way better way. Like it has nothing to do with Leia, which makes more sense.
It's about Darth Vader's apprentice.
Yeah, but he ends up. Well, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played the game, but you've had plenty of time.
I don't care.
His apprentice eventually splits off and forms the rebellion. Starkiller was the beginner of the rebellion,
or a rebellion.
The rebellion.
Oh, okay.
Him, Senator Organa, and some other people were the founders.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, they got rid of that at the same time. All the video games shit got thrown in the trash with all the old books.
I was reading the.
It sucks.
Oh shit!
It really does.
I have so many books that are now like fan fiction, basically.
Yeah, it's dumb. There's so much cool stuff, like the first Jedi.
But I understand why they had to do it. I understand exactly why they had to do it, because you can't.
I don't.
It's too convoluted to. If you want to make new movies, the shit is way too murky now. Like everything's canon, and there's millions of things. Books, millions of books, and TV shows, and movies, and video games, and like there's so many interwoven characters, and it's like it would be impossible to make a film without like not with getting things wrong. Like, you would need like a lore master.
Yeah, but here's the argument: they had so much to work with that the fans loved that they just ripped away. Like, for example, Revan. Darth Revan is like one of the most...
They're saying they might bring... They're talking about bringing him back.
Oh, they better bring him back. They better bring back Darth Revan. They better bring back Darth Nihilus. They better bring back Exar Kun. Like, all the legendary Sith need to come back, because without them, it's just garbage. Oh, I'm so upset.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
I was upset because I like Kyle Katarn and Dash Rendar.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle Katarn was my boy. And I really wanted, like, I love the Jedi Knight series, Dark Forces series.
I was playing the Jedi Knight.
I saw that. I have Jedi. I have all of them. I have all the Star Wars games pretty much. But yeah, so I was upset about it too, but I understood, and I think what they're trying to do is pick and choose like the best stuff. Like they brought back Admiral Thrawn, even though he's like in a completely different era. He's still pretty cool. Like that's still cool. They brought like they have like nods to shit. Like that Star Wars Rebels will have things like there's like Dark Troopers were in an episode.
Yeah,
and
they better bring Starkiller into it somehow.
I don't know about Starkiller.
I don't think they're gonna bring Starkiller.
Yeah, he was too OP, man. The Force Unleashed like took it way over the top.
Well, yeah, but you have to realize that Starkiller was actually part of the Skywalker line, if I remember correctly. He was just far removed. So that's why I kind of like them being in there, because Darth Vader trains him, and then you realize that this kid is almost as powerful as Vader with the Force. Like he brought down a fucking Star Destroyer to a planet. That's fucking crazy.
See, in the movies, they never even explicitly go into detail with like how strong everybody naturally. Like they do to a degree, but it's just like Vader has like no limbs. I understand. I understand. Like the Force is the Force and everything, dog. But this man really does not have any limbs. So it's like whenever we go to the fight, like I'm not saying turn Star Wars into an action film, but turn Star Wars into an action film.
Well, you have to remember that if you ever
Rogue One was trying to be like that.
Yeah, we just watched.
Oh shit, that was a nice ass dot. I mean, that was alright. That was dope. But it was like they cut so much stuff from the movie. Like we could have had that video I was telling you guys about fixing Rogue One. They brought up a lot of very interesting points that, thinking about it now, would have made the movie like 1,000 times better, and would have really probably like it would have made things like the Leia Starkiller thing 30 minutes away from Vader. That would have made that like seem at least, I don't know, less of a non-issue because of the movie being better in other ways. It's just good. The video is good. I recommend it.
Yeah, I feel. Well, how do you feel about do you think Rogue One is better or worse than Revenge of the Sith?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think it's better in terms of production, guaranteed.
Our overall movie, just just raw score. Like, what if you had gunned your head? What if you had to watch one of them? What one would it be?
Yeah, it has to be.
I would say Revenge of the Sith is better as well.
Like, and the logic, like it's kind of a no-brainer, because it's just like there's more story to Revenge of the Sith than there is with Rogue One. It's like, okay, so with Rogue One, it's like we have these shoehorned-esque characters into this shoehorned plot hole fixing movie because we need to explain why there's a small hole in the Death Star.
I think the pacing is pretty good though. Like, I think the pacing is better in Rogue One. Like the way the story, really?
No, I felt like that movie was so drawn out, and there's just so much filler that we just did not need to see.
It could have been. They rushed some. They rushed the beginning. You know what? Well, you're right, because they rushed the beginning part with Saw Gerrera. I wanted more of the Saw Gerrera shit, and I wanted less of this part with the rain. Like when they were on the rain planet, that whole thing was unnecessary. Like they go to that rain place and then they just bomb the second act. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like I feel, and then the beach shit was sick. From then on, the movie is really good.
We get to see Vader as he was intended to be, which is just a fucking field leaping badass. Did you ever play Battlefront 2 for PlayStation 2?
Of course, I had it on Xbox, but yeah.
When did you see him field leap in Rogue One?
He kind of just leaped through a hallway or whatever.
Yeah, he jumped. He jumped
walked
through a hallway.
Did he walk? It looked like he.
No, he just walked. Yeah, he did just kind of walk.
He took a nice stroll.
It was like Jason. He was like Jason. That's exactly what it was like. It felt like a horror. Yeah. It was like a horror scene.
That's exactly what he is.
It was like Jason.
Just do that for fucking Vader. Like, you know how raw that would be? Like, make it not like a horror film, but give horror aspects to him, because he is a Sith. He is crazy. He's bad. Like, kids can't watch that though. This is Disney. That's the only problem.
I feel like they need to make a Vader film where Vader wins.
Well, I mean, they did in a way. He kind of won in a way in Episode 3 because he ended up controlling the entire galaxy. Yeah,
but he lost his wife and got his dick chopped
Yeah.
That's an L. He took an L. That was an L.
No, well here.
off. I feel like everybody took an
He
L.
lost the battle,
Revenge
but he
of the
won
Sith.
the war there.
Everybody took an L in Revenge of the Sith.
It was a movie of L's. Revenge of the L's.
Well, I disagree. He won in the beginning in the whenever they were saving the Chancellor. He won the entire way. Yeah, he did. He killed Count Dooku, and then he killed Count Dooku, and then he escaped
I have a
with
question
Chancellor
for you.
Palpatine.
Yeah,
I have a
disagree.
question for you.
I disagree.
I have a question for you. Because of the way of the light side and the way of the Jedi Order, I feel he did not do what he was supposed to do as a Jedi Knight, which is the reason why he failed in that and he took an L. Like, you listen to somebody from the... What?
We said Vader, not Anakin, technically.
Dooku.
So
Dooku.
Oh,
man.
I thought you were talking
Anakin,
about
Anakin killed Dooku. It started from the gate. He was taking L's, losing himself to the dark side.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's a win for Vader, though. It's a loss for Anakin, but we're talking about Vader.
The same person, man.
No, it's not.
I'm confused.
They are the same person, but they're two different people in the mind, and that's usually how it goes with the Sith. Like whenever Yoda explains it, he explains it perfectly when he says that they're seduced.
Yeah, but Anakin's still in there, man.
Explains it.
Anakin's
Obi-Wan explains it perfectly in Episode 4 when he said, "Darth Vader killed your father." Well, he didn't say that, but I guess he did, but he didn't.
Metaphorical.
Yeah, that is what he said. That's literally what he said.
That is what he said, but that's my point.
That is what he said.
That's the best way to look at it, because if you look at who Anakin was up until the end of 2, 3 is kind of not Anakin, right? You feel me?
No.
3 is the beginning of him slipping into
the dark side.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the dark side. The Force, the dark side. He gives himself up to the dark side of the Force, but he's still like Did you ever read? There's that book that came out like a couple years ago called Lords of the Sith, and it's canon still. It's canon now.
No, I didn't read that one yet.
And it's like him and Palpatine are on Ryloth, which is the planet of the Twi'leks, I think. Not the Twi'leks. I forget the one.
Rhodians?
No, the one they got tentacle heads.
Oh,
yeah, Twi'leks.
The Chancellor's dude. Not the Twi'leks, but don't you mean the other guy with the horns in the end of his?
No, I don't think. The chick from Star Wars Rebels, Hera. She's one of them.
I actually don't watch Rebels because I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, see, you don't even know the canon now. You're in the past. You're in the old world.
I like the past.
The canon
The
now.
future is now, old man.
Yeah, like there's a canon now, and yeah, Star Wars Rebels. But no, they're in the old one too. But anyways, what I was saying was, Palpatine and him get like stranded, like a terrorist group, a rebel terrorist group. It's like supposed to be like the first rebel thing. Like they blow up a ship, a Star Destroyer, and it crashes on the planet. And then they try to like assassinate Vader and Palpatine, and Vader and Palpatine just wreck everyone. Like,
is it Vader and Palpatine at the time, or is it Anakin and Palpatine?
It's Vader, like he's post.
Okay.
But there's scenes where Vader is thinking to himself, pondering in the helmet, like he's thinking of Padme. He's thought of Obi-Wan. Like he like thinks about. He doesn't like. They're like removed from him, but they're still like a part of him, and he's still aware of it. And he like thinks about Palpatine and like thinks about killing him, like right then and there. For some
that's
reason. Always
been his goal, to be honest. He wanted to learn what he could from him and then murder him because number one, that's the way of the Sith. Number two, he never really wanted to follow him in the first place. He ended up doing that because he fucking helped him murder Mace Windu, who ended up not being dead.
It's like at that point, man, well, you're like, what is it called?
But he's still like
I don't remember what it is.
But he
Going
gives
like
up
all
on
in the pot.
Padme.
Yeah, he just fucked up and went all in.
Yeah, but he's
like-
still like he's still thinking about Padme and like about what happened. Like it's not like he's a completely that part's like shut off or something. Like he's still one person.
The most fucked up part about that whole scene, though, is the fact that Anakin murdered Count Dooku, and then he stopped Mace Windu from doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, all right, dickhead. Like, so you can kill a Sith,
Yeah.
but he can't.
And like, I'm pretty sure you guys kill Sith to begin with, because that's kind of something you have to do when they're trying to murder you.
At that point, man, it was like, make a choice, dude. Do you want to either kill the Sith Lord or do you want to save your wife?
Yep, and he made the wrong choice because number one,
He's still
Sidious
fucking
never
hell.
learned. Sidious never learned from Plagueis how to do anything really. Because Plagueis apparently in the old canon, he really was able to like force heal and stuff like that. But that's a light side power anyway. But he never learned how to do that before he killed him. He thought he did, and then he killed him, and then fucked up. Sidious is a badass, though. He has to be my favorite.
Yeah, he's a badass in this book too. He does some wild ass shit, like some like spinning fucking crazy shit with his lightsaber.
Yeah, he's fucking nuts. The only sad part is fucking in the fight with Yoda in episode 3, he just felt like a little bitch the whole time. Like the whole time.
What do you mean? He
Well,
won the fight.
I wouldn't say that. They both kind of lost. If you remember correctly, there's a point where Sidious is literally just hanging from a pod in the Senate, about to fall to his death apparently, and he's just cackling like a mad fucking man. And then Yoda just kind of runs away, which I still to this day don't understand. Because I feel like Yoda should be, well, not able to kill him, but at least stand toe-to-toe and not have to run away. If he ends up running away...
They're the two strongest Jedi in the universe.
Well, we don't know that.
I mean, for that we know.
Yes, so far as we know.
I mean, I just watched
As
the
far
video
as the
about
canon,
7
they
Jedi
are.
that survived Order 66. I don't know. See, here's my thing. Is the stuff that I just watched, is that stuff moot now? What isn't canon? What did they say wasn't canon anymore? I don't understand this shit anymore.
Yeah, I think they should have just
It's
left
pretty.
things as
No,
it
it's
was.
simple as fuck now. No, that was so complicated before.
Not really. I mean, if
yeah,
anything, they
it
had a
was.
bunch
Yes,
of...
it was. There's
I
thousands
disagree.
of books. There's thousands of fucking
I know.
stories.
But here's the thing. George Lucas actually came out and said what was canon and what wasn't out of that. If he liked it, he made it canon. So like,
No,
they
yeah,
had,
but there's a ton of. You don't understand that. There's a ton of EU.
do.
The EU was enormous.
That's a good thing, though. You have a lot to work off of.
No, that means you can't make any new stories because you have to use other people's shit because it's way too crowded and convoluted.
All I
don't
had
think-
to say is this is canon EU. This is non-canon EU. Go ahead and keep writing your bitch-ass stories.
That's pretty much what they did.
They did. That is what they did. There's
Well, then what the
non-canon.
fuck? Well, then literally what the fuck then?
They,
Like,
they
Well,
simplified
I
it.
wish they remained canon. I don't like the fact that they removed it and then they're going to fuck with story. Now there's going to be multiple universal arcs, and it's going to be hard to keep track of.
One's
There's
real and
pre-Disney
one's fake.
Disney now.
One's
Yeah,
real and one's fake.
I don't see it that way because
It's-
if something's canon at one point, in my opinion, that should be canon forever. I don't like
you forever then.
it. Yeah, and it will.
Yeah, but
be,
it's
I mean,
all
like,
about the movies. Like the canon's focused around the movies, and that's why they made the choice. Like it's
I
not
still
like
think
it's
poor.
movies first. It's movies first. And
I can respect that, but I still think it's a poor decision.
yeah, I think they got to think about the future of the franchise going forward, not like all the nerds who read these deep cuts.
That's another thing, though. But a lot of the charm of the Star Wars universe was some of that extended universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The
but they're gonna
KOTOR
bring it.
games
That's the
and-
thing is they're bringing it back selectively now, and,
Yeah.
and fitting it into the way things are now.
Really, though, honestly, I would just be happy if they kept, which they kind of didn't do, if they would have kept the whole Mark, damn it, Luke and Mara Jade and all of that stuff. But I don't think they're gonna do any of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a shame though because I love that arc. So I can't remember who it was. Some Sith found Anakin, or not Anakin, not Mark, damn it, Luke's hand and floating in space, and they made a clone of him. It was cool.
Yeah, but see, some of that shit is way over the top.
Yeah, that's like retarded.
No, it actually makes a lot of sense because in space it's so cold.
Nobody
And
can hear you.
Man, I think you're fanboying, dog. I think you're
I am
fanboying.
fanboying, but no, the logic
I'm here,
behind
I'm
it.
here- I'm here to tell you I'm here to tell you that that's stupid.
But I mean, I think it's cool as a story and what it was at the time. Like I have all those Timothy Zahn books. Like that's my shit, dog. Like I was upset too. Don't get me wrong. Like for a while, but I had to come to terms with it and accept and understand it. And now it's like, well, now I can understand the whole canon by reading like 10 books and watching Star Wars Rebels and watching the movies. And now I know. And there's like comic stuff, and that's it. And Battlefront. Like that, all that shit. That's the whole entire canon, and it's simple. But it's still big. It's still now. It's getting big again now, like already, because they're pumping shit out for all these movies.
See, my thing.
It's definitely a money thing for sure too.
It was, and now that they're fucking it up, I'm not liking it as much, and it makes me upset.
I mean, if you don't like the new shit as much, I can understand that.
I prefer the old to the new, which is why, I'm kind of like, fuck.
Dude, how do you feel about The Force Awakens in general?
Oh, I love The Force Awakens, but until I rewatched it, and then I kind of liked it a little less.
Yeah, that's how it was for me, too. I watched it twice, and then I watched it the second time is when I noticed more flaws.
It just seems childish in the second and third view, kind of. You know what I mean?
Like, there's like some it's such a weird movie, as a whole.
Like on the whole.
On the butthole.
Preparation H feels
Thank
good
you.
on the whole.
Thank you. So happy somebody got that. Nobody gets Austin Powers references anymore.
Yeah, because that shit stopped being funny after some point in time. That's what I was trying to. We were talking about comedy and like how it like evolves and like after a certain point in time, certain shit like isn't funny anymore. Like for some reason, because comedy's just moved past that point. So like, there's a reason why like, Jerry Lewis or whatever was like the funniest shit or whatever. Or like Abbott and Costello were like the funniest fucking shit ever, and people would lose their minds. But now you like watch that and you're like, well, okay. Or like the Three Stooges, or
Three Stooges is great.
Yeah, they're still great. It's still, I know what you mean, but like, or like, I feel that way about like Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back. Like that's a movie I loved when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, but it did not age well.
It didn't age well. Same. That's how I feel about Austin Powers.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I feel like what up, Lush? I feel like
what up, Lush?
It still has its moments.
What up, Winterfang Neo? Man, I drank that whole coffee. Now my stomach is full of creamy grossness.
Acidity.
Everybody put your waifus up. Put your waifus up. But yeah, I don't know. So where would you rank Force Awakens compared to Rogue One and Revenge of the Sith?
Force Awakens, I would rank it second.
Honestly,
what's first?
Revenge of the Sith is I think first because there's just a lot going on with it. More going on in my opinion than Force Awakens and Rogue One. Like lore wise, we can talk about character development. We can talk about like, you know what I mean? We can talk about shit like that more so than we can with the other two movies. Therefore, that's first. Force Awakens is second because of the things that I kind of just said, the criteria, and then Rogue One.
Wow.
For the same reasons.
See, it's hard. It's definitely hard. It's not easy. I think they're all three of them. I feel like are similar in quality to me. But I would definitely agree with you that I like Revenge of the Sith. Maybe it's the member berries, and my nostalgia in me, but I think Revenge of the Sith
it
maybe
could be
actually
that too. I don't know, man.
I'd put Force Awakens first.
Really? Better than Revenge of the Sith? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it just flows better. Revenge of the Sith had too much cutting away from different scenes. It had a lot of filler. Honestly, what I would really like to do, and I might do it myself, simply because I keep saying this. I think somebody should make a fan edit of the first three movies, edit them all together into like kind of a 3-4 hour movie.
Just one comprehensive movie. That'd be cool.
Yeah, get rid of all the junk that we don't need to see. Cut down some of the fight scenes that are excessive. Like, Like the Mustafar scene in episode 3. Like, I know people love it. I love aspects of it, but let's be honest, the whole thing is way too fucking long. I think somebody counted like 20 minutes of fight scene or something like that. If I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I would just like to see it cut.
That's
back.
that's
Oh my
that's
God.
like the equivalent of the martial arts fight scene that you're gonna get. That's as close as we're gonna get to anything action wise in the Star Wars franchise.
Well,
Like,
at the same time, though, we have the Yoda fight with Emperor Palpatine is the problem.
that
Chariot
clean.
was sick, dude.
That was like clean.
The Donnie Yen shit was sick.
I wish that they would also show us the whole fight scene instead of skipping back and forth between the two.
Bro, I got something for you. Have you ever seen there's a TIE Fighter anime movie or anime like short film on YouTube? It's like in the style of 90s anime and it's Star Wars.
No, I didn't. That's awesome.
Bro, I'm about to put it on right now. Obviously, you're going to be 10 seconds behind. But
And
it is
obviously,
so hard.
I'm not going to be able to pay too much attention. I'm sorry for. Send me the link in Discord and I'll watch it later.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right, I won't put the sound on. We'll just we'll have our regular shit. But it's pretty sick. Yeah, I'll drop the link. The thing.
Winterfang said that waifu is actually a dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's so hard. But yeah, I watched Star Wars Rebels. I need to catch up with the latest season. Like, I didn't see the episode where Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fought. Like, do you know that Darth Maul's still alive in canon? Like,
Yeah, because he
like,
got
just
robot
died.
legs.
They like just killed him.
Robot legs.
Yeah, robot legs. Like, that was still canon before they axed shit. And they kept...
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing that one thing they did keep from the old shit was the Clone Wars cartoon.
Did they keep the Did you say they kept the Darth Vader Maul fight?
Darth Vader Maul? Is
Yeah,
it
there
in
was a
Clone Wars?
comic.
Is it in Clone Wars or a comic?
No, it was a comic.
I don't think they kept that then.
It was the robot legs though. He came back and him and Vader fought and it was fucking awesome. Except when you realize that Vader is multi-classed. He doesn't fall under like the Jedi Consular Guardian Sentinel, shit.
Yeah.
He's a kind of mix of all of them. Except, well, I guess not Sentinel anymore. But he has a really strong power with the Force, but he can also fight fairly well. So Darth Maul was pretty screwed from the get-go. he was pretty fucked.
Are you seeing this, TJ?
No, hold on a second.
Oh. Yeah, it's sick. Yes, I saw it on. I don't remember where I even saw it. Like, I think it was a couple years ago, and it's so good. Like, it gets the ships really well, and it's like I think the Empire wins. Like, it makes them look like this like ragtag team. They're like badasses.
Ragtag team.
Yeah, for some reason, Japan really likes to back the bad guy.
I don't necessarily think a Japanese person made this.
It makes for good story.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't
You
think
said anime, I assumed.
it's in the style.
Well, you got an ad playing on your shit right now, so.
Oh well, you didn't have it up.
Nah, fucking was on my phone and.
No, it's cool. It's cool. That's good. That means it's one more. It's a good thing. But yeah, because I know you'll fucking love this shit. I mean, I'm sure you can just put it up on YouTube, but it's so good.
Oh, I've seen this.
Really?
Yeah, this was a while ago. This was fire.
Yeah, it was like from a couple years ago. It like hits that 90s fucking anime aesthetic like on point. And it nails all the ships. And the rebels get fucking wrecked. I don't know how the rebels even beat the Empire, man. The Star Destroyers are so fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
They have weaknesses. They talk about it in some of the
I know, they just look so hardcore.
Like one of my favorite things was in I think episode 5 or 6. I think 5, where they get where Han gets the 2 Star Destroyers to run into each other. And then they did something similar in Rogue One too. I almost said Episode 1. Take evasive maneuvers, and then they just fucking like, it was great.
There's evasive action. Yeah, I loved TIE Fighter in the X-Wing series. Super big fan. Oh shit, I forgot to put Blaktimus Prhyme online. Yeah, I'll have to make a little icon. I'll have to make a little icon for you, Steve, too, when you're talking on here. Rao, the King of Fighters. I love that little waifu game. That was weird. I wish we could add more shit to it. I want to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, people seem to dig it.
Yeah, man, because it's, well, I think it's like, it's just infinite, you know. Having 1,000, you could just get anything. You can get old ladies and shit, like. There's a handful of dudes, but not many, I found.
There's dudes.
Just a few.
Funny.
And there's definitely chicks with dicks.
How many, I don't even know what to call the waifus that are men.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many there are. I've seen like one before. One at least.
Has been though.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm in love with Persona. So alright, yeah, well, alright, we can move on from Star Wars. We're Star Wars out. We've exhausted it. What are you playing right now? Like, what are you enjoying playing? Like, obviously you, Steve, you've been streaming. What are you playing that you're enjoying?
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Oh my god.
And I've been thinking about starting a episodic Saturday stream for Star Ocean. I want to do the second story, but I don't know if too many people will watch an old school RPG from late 90s.
See, that's the thing, is like I'm also trying to be on that tip. Like after Persona, I want to play like more. Like I want to play like the RPGs that are new, because that's my shit. And people, I feel like, will be watching them more. But I do want to play like the Steam versions of like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10, 10-2 or whatever. Like I want all those. I want to play them anyways.
Well, I'm gonna have to emulate Star Ocean because my capture card for some reason won't do PS1. I need to get an Elgato.
Yeah, so, I don't know how to. I want to get like the shit to capture my real shit. I just like want it to be like crisp, and I'm afraid that it'll look like shit.
You need an upscaler.
Cause yeah, and I see upscalers online, and like I hear like bad things about some of them, but I do have an Elgato, which I feel like it will.
OBS can also upscale a bit. I think there's a filter for it in the filters.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't care about the black bars on the side. I just want it to be crisp. But yeah, Lush, I've been seeing. Lush, I've been seeing you've been playing 10, and that's what I was like, man, that's the way to go. You get like people, diehard people will always be down to watch Final Fantasy, like, and see some point in the story. That's why I was playing Persona. Like, it's like watching an anime, but it's interactive, and like, I feel like it's good. Like, you're not gonna get like the normies that like want to watch you shoot shit good, but you'll get people that are coming for like real ass games. Or like stories.
You call people who don't like, you call them normies. I don't understand.
Normies. I know. To me, that's like video game normie shit. Because I think that's like the more popular stuff, like MOBAs, mainstream gaming culture. Right now,
is World of Warcraft mainstream gaming?
It's kind of fallen off, but yeah, it was. It's at one point very much so.
World of Warcraft is mainstream gaming. That is the MMORPG.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's the World of Warcraft killer.
It is falling hard, though.
It's falling hard. People playing RuneScape more than that shit, I feel like.
They got a lot of people back with this latest expansion because it's pretty much a rehash of one of their older expansions. Like the glory era of the first expansion.
The Burning Crusade, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I almost signed back up for it simply for that, and then I was like, nah, I can just play private server.
Yeah, Lush is saying people want to watch old school RPs and chill. I feel like that's a good point. It's like RPGs are chill as fuck, like period. Like they usually have, the Japanese ones have great soundtracks. On top of that, like I have like Baldur's Gate, and I was thinking about trying that, but like I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit more dry than a JR. Like JRPGs always have rich stories. I have Suikoden. I have Breath of Fire series.
Breath of Fire is so good.
There's a lot of options, man. There's a lot of good
Wild Arms
games. Wild Arms, yeah. Obviously Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross and Mario RPG,
Morty.
Earthbound, or Mother 3. A lot of good games.
I mean, I want to do Secret of Mana really, really bad, but I want to do
the Tales
I want to do
series
it with somebody else.
I want to play Gravity Rush 2. Gravity Rush.
Yo, JP, you want to come over and do Secret of Mana with me?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Forget that game's 2-player. That's so awesome.
It is 2-player.
I wonder if we could play like LAN.
Secret of
If we could
Evermore?
LAN 2-player.
You know what? With an emulator, you might be able to.
Yeah, you might be able to that way. That would be
And I
sick.
have the actual game in the console.
Because then we could both stream it at the same damn time.
We can. Well, I would promote a multi-Twitch. Remember the site I sent you the other
Oh
day?
yeah. Yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick. I saw you got your 60 follower goal.
Yeah. Now I gotta do a 12-hour.
I saw that. I thought that was a little soon after 50. I feel like you didn't think you were gonna get it that quick.
Well, I didn't, and the way I'm gonna start doing it is, I guess the next one is 80. Once I hit 80, I'm gonna do a Steam sale, a Steam giveaway, like a not like a $50-$60 game, but probably
No,
like,
just
cheap
something, yeah.
And then 200 followers is gonna be a 2 Steam giveaway where hopefully I'm gonna give away 2 like good games, but it's yet to be seen.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna just wait till 100 to do something cool, do something like that. But yeah, now the other thing was like people were talking about horror games, doing more horror games or something because everybody likes that. But my one issue with that is that horror games are usually shorter, like under like 12 hours, and you're gonna be it's like a lot to buy a ton of games. They're cheaper usually, like $30 to $20, but I could buy a JRPG and have 100 hours of gameplay, you know. And like you can always rotate shit out too. Like if something gets stale, like if I'm sick of playing this long ass game, I'll just fucking rotate in a new long ass game.
Winter Fang, actually, believe it or not, there's a Final Fantasy game that's 2-player 9. You can play Final Fantasy 9 2-player in battle. I
didn't know that.
You can't have 2 players on the screen at the same time, like walking around. But in battle, you can have the second controller control 2 other people.
I didn't know that.
Is Final Fantasy 9 real-time combat, like when you get into the thingamajigs? So it's turn-based?
It's active time battle, yeah. ATB, dog.
Yep.
That's the way I like it.
what?
I'm not into that Kingdom Hearts shit.
Final Fantasy 15 really pissed me off.
I like Kingdom Hearts though. Don't get me wrong.
You basically just hand the controller to another person then.
No, the other person gets their own controller.
They can just control like a specific character?
Yeah,
or?
they control 2 specific characters.
Oh, what? That's fucking dope. That would make management a lot easier.
I read it online like fucking 10 years ago, and me and my mom were like, "Oh shit!" and we started playing it.
Yeah, you control the character like. I just don't. I don't know, man. I'm not saying it. I'm not understanding.
All right.
It would be like Tails, man. It would be like Tails. Like you're like helping, but you're not really helping.
Yeah. Well, so let's look at it this way. It's 1 player until you get into a battle. Once you get into a battle, the second controller controls the 2 other players, and that's it. 2 other characters, not players.
But it's turn-based.
Yeah. So like, you could just switch off controllers, I guess, but.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I don't understand like how like I don't because like on Tails, like if you have 2 controllers, you literally can have 2 people, You know,
Yeah,
independently
like,
doing
casting
things. Yeah,
spells,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And sandwiching niggas together and doing actual tactics. I just don't. Like that's cool. I just don't understand why they would do that.
No,
No, I
I,
get
yeah,
it.
I've
I
never
think
played
it's
the game,
it's just
so I don't really. I don't have room to talk. I've never played the
no,
game.
I didn't even know they did it, but if they did, I think it would be okay. It would be
I think it was like a pilot type of thing, like let's put this in and see how it does.
I didn't even know it existed. That's crazy.
Yeah, nobody
It's
did.
not in the
Yeah.
Steam. It's probably not in the Steam version. I imagine. I don't know.
It's still
I don't
cool,
know.
though, regardless.
Yeah,
I just didn't
or it's
understand,
something
like,
extra because
the
it's like
premise.
watching a movie. Like it's very much a movie. Like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is very story based, so it's like you're enjoying it together, and like you're still like everyone's interacting. I think it'd be all right. Isn't the Taya a secret? Or wait, what were we talking about? Secret of Mana?
Yeah.
That one's an ARPG, right? Like
American? No.
no,
I think,
ARPG as in action. Like it's not turn based. It's like
it's not turn-based.
Yeah.
No. Same thing with Secret of Evermore, which was American actually, through Square Enix America. I want to know if Secret of Evermore is 2-player because they're pretty much the same game. You're just kind of different in storyline. So in Secret of Evermore, there's you and your dog, and I wonder if the second player can control the
I'm
dog.
not familiar with that.
So it's I Am Legend.
Yeah, essentially, but it's a really cool game. Honestly, I don't want to give too much away because I believe you should really go play it. I think you'll both like it. It's another action type, and pretty much you go through different periods of time through the plot. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Good game though.
Yeah, that sounds fire. Yeah, I'm always down for more good RPGs. I have Sword of Mana, which is like a ARPG too on Game Boy. And I have you know what is underrated is those Legacy of Goku games.
Oh yes, they were fucking great.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar.
they're Game Boy games and they were ARPGs. Like it was like Zelda, like old Zelda style combat, but there was like stats and like you could train and like you got stronger and got new moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was like chibi kind of like sprites.
I got hard as shit at the end too.
Yeah, I have the last one, Boo's Fury or whatever, but I don't have the first two anymore.
I played the first. I didn't even know the third existed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
is it
wasn't
like-
called
is
Legacy
it
of
like
Goku.
Dragon
It
Ball
just
Z?
called Boo. Yeah, they're for Game Boy.
I've seen it. Yeah.
They're for Game Boy. Game
Yeah,
Boy Advance.
Advanced.
Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I would emulate those. That would be fire too. But yeah, that's the thing
Yeah, I
too.
guess
Is
you're
like
right,
you could
Winter Fang.
emulate how many really? You could emulate like so many good RPGs for free from like Super Nintendo, Genesis. You know what I want to play? Phantasy Star, dog. I want to play the old Genesis Phantasy Stars.
Yep. I was gonna say for Sega CD, right?
Sega Genesis and yeah, I think Sega CD they're on too.
Hell, dude, I'll get it. We'll do
I mean,
it
I would
together.
emulate it. I would be. I mean,
you
I
can
would
just do
just
that,
emulate
yeah.
it. Yeah. I mean, if it
I
looked,
like doing the actual console.
I do too. I would prefer it. But I also want it to look good, like crispiness.
It's funny because I'm PCMR all day.
Wow.
But I sit there and I play old retro game consoles on stream.
Uh huh.
Shining Force is also a good Genesis RPG.
I never played that one.
Yeah, it's on. You know what? There's a really good Genesis collection for this 360, and it has Sonics and stuff, but it also has Fantasy Star 1 and 2, and then Shining Force 1 and 2. Then like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, like all the greats, but it has like a handful of really good RPGs on it too. And like I was thinking about maybe just getting that and capturing it because I have a 360 still. Capturing that with the Elgato, and that would probably look way crisp.
Yeah, one of the things I found out about PS2 that kind of fucks me over is it doesn't upscale PS1 games. But the fucked up part is I remember back when it was coming out, that was one of the selling points is that it upscaled the PS1 games and it doesn't. Because
Wow.
Shining Force 3 for Saturn, Shining Force CD, yeah, that shit is fire. You know what else is fire for Sega CD that is not an RPG? Snatcher. You know about Snatcher?
No.
It's like Hideo Kojima's one of his early games, It's like whoops, some game. It's like a kind of like an adventure game, but and like not point and click, but
You're an adventure game.
it's a crazy fucking game with a crazy art style. I had it, I emulated it and played it on YouTube for. This is shitty ass. This, I don't know. It was just fire, man. Oh, it was so good. There's like there's like a character called Metal Gear in it and stuff. It's this little robot. It's actually the little Metal Gear that follows you in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Easter. What?
Yeah, the exact same one. That's where they took it from.
The Otacon bot.
Yeah.
Oh
it might
my
come.
God.
Maybe it'll come up and at least show you the intro.
I'm throwing you. I threw you on my station 4. I'm just put you on like fucking everything. If I had different Twitch accounts, I'd be boosting you up 3 times.
Wow.
But that would be lame.
That would be lame. That would be lame. Just for one, your real human body is enough. The story, characters, and events in this game are entirely fictional. Oh, it's so fire, dude. The art style of this game, like, this is like a pinnacle of pixel art for me. I probably
pixel art.
I'd probably be into streaming this. I tried to play it on YouTube. It's like the UI is a little clunky because you like it's not point and click. You have to like manage a menu. It's so Hideo Kojima though. It is so Kojima, man. If you like Metal Gear, like that weird, like there's like it's just off, man. It's like kind of Blade Runner-y, the story.
Kojima
Like you're like
is the guy.
you're hunting down like cyborgs or androids. It's very Blade Runner.
Of course, it takes place in Moscow.
Good God, man.
The Shagohod.
The Shagohod. Kuwabara.
Oh my god.
Hey, you, Mishi.
Wrong
My
Kuwabara.
I think is it the Fear, the old dude?
No, that's the end.
The end. He's my favorite.
Yeah, definitely. That's
If
one
you
of my,
just wait, he just dies.
That's one of the probably the best boss battles of all time.
I literally just stock up on stamina food and just wait until he dies.
That's the cheap way.
I don't even care.
That's the cheap way. But it's hard as fuck
cracks
to
me
get
up.
them though, dude. It's hard. It ain't easy to find them because they don't really give you the best radar in that game.
No.
And like
if
the-
you
What,
use
Metal Gear
it
Solid 3?
behind you or something, I don't remember.
The motion tracker like gets the animals too, so like you fucking see all kinds of shit. The sonar or whatever, and he can hear the sonar. That was what.
Yeah. That game was great though. I remember when it first came out, it was so fucking like revolutionary. And open.
Hideo Kojima is the guy.
Yeah. He got crazy in later stages though.
Like they
all
I mean,
do.
I
Like
feel
they
like,
all do.
but Metal Gear Solid 5 is like some of the best. It's still like one of the best games
Not
I've
the
ever
one
played.
that he didn't.
Mhm.
He wasn't on.
No, he was on it. He just got fired at the very end, like before they released it.
Oh, that's a dick move.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, that's what they fucked him. Forgot I had Yu-Gi-Oh up.
Thank God it's not a live person you're playing with. They'd have been like, "What the fuck?"
Oh. Man, I drank more coffee than I like ever have drank, and I'm gonna be destroying me.
The end of Metal Gear Solid 3 though really pisses me off.
The end of
Like,
3?
Yeah, it really pisses me off.
Why?
That bitch.
Oh,
Yes.
the boss.
No, the end scenes where what's her name? Oh fuck, the chick that you thought was your comrade or whatever.
Oh, what's her name? Ava.
Yeah, after you get the whatever the fuck, she steals it. After you get the thing that you're there
The
for.
Philosopher's Legacy.
Yeah. She steals it at the end and just leaves his cabin like a total bitch.
I'm like a fucking Metal Gear historian. Me and my brother like fucking decipher the codes. But yeah, gameplay wise, Metal Gear Solid 5 is fucking flawless. It's light on story comparatively to all the other ones. It's like 4 is so heavy, and then 5 is like so story light. But it's
I bought
so
Metal
good.
Gear Rising and immediately regretted it.
Yeah, I've never played that. I saw it's on Steam, and I'm waiting for it. I maybe will get it if it became really cheap, but I'm waiting for the day.
You know what really cracks me up is the fact that in Metal Gear Solid 2 they were like, "Oh, look at this cool new character, Raiden," and then everybody was like, "Yeah, no, we're good," and then they just keep shoving it down our throats.
Yep.
Like, do you know anybody who actually likes Raiden?
Raiden, Raiden, you mean?
Hi, how you doing? I'm him.
I don't mind him. I got used to him. I mean, I definitely don't like him as much as Snake, but him becoming the ninja was cool. 4 is fucking crazy. 4 is one of the most insane video games I've ever fucking played in my life. It's so long. It's so indulgent. It's like fucking up its own ass to a point.
It is. Oh, it's a movie.
I did not like 4.
I like it. I definitely like it, but it's batshit crazy.
The fuck am I? Oh, okay.
I remember when it came out. That's just about when I started, getting really heavy into PC gaming and kind of straying away from consoles. And my mom bought a PlayStation 3, and I bought that game specifically just to play that game. I put it in, and I started playing it, and about 3 hours in, I was just like, "What the fuck is life?"
Yeah,
it happened.
That game will change you, but not like. It's wild. That's a fucking wild ass game.
Change for the better. I loved it, man. Metal Gear Solid is my shit. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Blaktimus is the Joe Budden Little Yachty thing.
Yeah, dog. What you want to talk about?
What are your thoughts?
Being happy ain't hip hop. That's what I think. No, but like,
I can't believe you said that.
Joe goes overboard. He has issues. What he meant, what he should have interpreted, what as a 38-year-old, his peer, he should have just, interpreted that as I'm grateful. The man is not happy 24/7. Nobody is happy 24/7. That's life. Just stop. You know what I mean? He is grateful to be where he is, coming from where he was, to have what he has. That's it. Shut the fuck up and move on to the next thing. Like, that's literally it. But Budden is fucking insane, dude. Good show, though.
How do you feel about Lil Yachty?
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's the new whatever, dog. The new wave of whatever the kids like.
He's just a goofball, but he's a lovable goofball.
I don't like his music. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
not a
guy.
I mean, I don't know who likes. I don't really know. I don't like his. I mean, there's some songs that I think are cute. They're like goofy and fun, but I don't think I'd put them on for pleasure.
Yeah, like, I'm not here to like.
About it.
Oh, it's the worst fucking shit. Like,
it's definitely not that bad. I've heard Little B's made many songs that are worse than his shit that I've heard. Some of the autotune is really bad on some of his early stuff.
Yeah. So it's not like.
He has a weird voice too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sounds like he's got a cold.
I really don't like mumble rap, kind of.
I don't know. That's such a weird term anymore.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it is.
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't think that term. I don't like that term. Because Because I think that there's a lot of good guys. Like Migos is good, and Travis Scott is. Travis Scott's not mumble rap, but definitely works with all of those people, and I like him. And Future has some good stuff. Young Thug's good, and he's kind of mumble rap, but he is really good stuff.
My favorite mumble rap is that one that Hobson did as a joke.
Yeah, see, that wasn't good. Like, I don't.
It sounds the same to me. That just he had like 6 cups in his hand.
21 Savage I like too. 21 Savage is good. Like, there's definitely good. And then I like Triple X, but he's not mumble rap.
The thing is, Budden had it on point the one time. He said that we are in an age where it is a microwave era of music. In a microwave era of music, all people have to do is go into the studio. Like, Zaytoven said he doesn't make a beat for longer than 10 minutes.
Well, Zaytoven's been around for how long?
That's cool, but I'm just saying, like, that's. I mean, I'm not sure if that kind of is an attribute of the age, but Future, though, putting out all these albums, microwave era type stuff. You go into the studio, you don't necessarily have to songcraft all types of stuff. You just
Future has some songs though, man.
And then do the thing.
Yeah, like definitely, like there's some microwavable stuff, like, but they have like good songs. Like Quavo can rap. Future has like verses that I like. Like they're definitely capable of good stuff. Like there's some that suck. Like Lil Uzi Vert I think is not good, and Kodak Black is a goofball. But like, I think overall there's definitely merit in that subgenre. And I get why like old school or like boom bap or lyrical people or whatever don't like it, because it doesn't like fit what they like in rap. But I think it has merit in its own ways.
I think people should listen to what they want to listen to. That being said, that doesn't mean that people can't find something subjectively horrible.
It's the market.
See, I don't think it's subjectively horrible. I don't think that at all.
Well, that's the point of the term subjective.
I know. I mean, I don't think it's objectively horrible. I think it's not. It's definitely good, and I think it's good, and it has in its own ways. But if you're like if your rap has different standards, then you might not like. You're probably not gonna like it. Like if you have traditional rap standards, then yes, you're not gonna
flow
like it.
And lyrical content.
I mean, they have flow. They definitely all have flow. That's like the main thing of it. They definitely don't have the same flows.
A lot of it is the same.
A lot of them stole the Migos flow.
So definitely a good bit of them.
Like the syncopation tends to be very similar. That's what
the Migos flow is definitely
the
Migos flow is definitely one of them.
It's like some of these rappers just discovered the use of triplets in the rhythm. It's like it's fucking ridiculous sometimes, man.
Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely people that are bad with it, but there's definitely people that are good. And that's how it is, and that's how every subgenre is. You're gonna have people that use it tastefully and people that fucking play it out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like they're gonna be there as long as the market keeps them there. Like I don't care. Like every single era has had the people like Kendrick and Cole and Big Sean and the people who are quote unquote the whack rappers like Yachty. Like I don't give a shit. Like
it's not even rap. It's not even rap. Like there's rock eras. Like people didn't like emo, but there's good bands in that movement. There's people that didn't like pop punk, but there's good bands in that movement. Like
was Blink-182 shitting on Metallica?
No.
I mean, no, they're in two different subgenres.
Exactly.
Like, all right, then there you go. That's literally what you.
But no, there is instances though of people hating on like whatever. Like there are like people hating on Nickelback, like a band that hates on Nickelback or a band that hates on another subgenre. It does happen, but it's not as frequent as it is in rap.
Yeah, and I'll be the first to admit that I don't like. I dislike the entire subgenre that we're talking about. So it's not just me saying that they're terrible in general. I just don't like the sub.
Well, it's what you're exposed to too. It's also example, what you know.
I don't like any emo whatsoever. But and I'm not gonna sit there and say that none of them know how to play the guitar. or like play the drums or sing, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that I don't like what they do with that talent.
So yeah, see, I don't look usually. There's very few like whole genres that I'll just say I don't like that. It's that's hard for me to usually say.
I can respect
I don't like
that.
country.
Yeah, I don't like country.
I think there's plenty of
I
old,
like really old.
there's old
country.
country that's great.
Like Willie Nelson's
The
fucking
Hanks,
amazing.
Yeah, all the Hanks, yeah, Waylon Jennings and Willie and Johnny Cash, all that shit is good. But yeah, and like there's like electronic that I like. There's everything. Death metal is something that I find a hard time with.
Yeah, it's not a very.
I mean, I don't.
Open subgenre.
But I like death
There's
grips.
probably some death metal that you would like.
But I like.
I don't know. That's weird, man. Because people are just like, I don't like rap, but then they listen to Eminem.
Yeah,
rap.
yeah.
I like
There's
hip-hop and rap
I
a
like
lot.
metal, but there is metal stuff that I like, but there's very few like death metal style stuff that I like because of the vocals. I hate that's the one thing that I don't like usually.
See, you know,
Yeah, I
I
feel
come
you.
from a metal
me, it's
background,
like-
so that's my shit.
Yeah.
I love it, but at the same time, it's kind of like mumble rap in the regard that
Yeah, that's like mumble rap.
or you can understand it. You know what I mean?
But there's still nuances, and like if you're savvy to it, that you can get why it's good,
Yeah.
or get
Well,
why X
I
is
mean-
good.
I don't. Okay, well, here's why I have to kind of play devil's advocate with that. You have to really take time out and learn how to scream and do these things. Phil LeBlanc from All That Remains is a good example, or Randy
Yeah,
Blythe
it's
from
really hard.
Lamb of God is a good example.
No, I know.
They have such a dynamicity to their voice that they literally you have to train for that. How much training goes into the whatever? Like, and that's I don't know.
It's
But
just
that's
different
what- that-
metrics.
that's
It's completely
genre.
different metrics. It's
Yeah,
apples to oranges. You're
Yeah,
trying to
exactly,
compare apples
exactly,
to oranges.
Exactly. That's what I was just getting ready to say too. That's two different two genres too. So it's just like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's all hard. It's all super fucking difficult to measure.
Yeah, one. What was I gonna say? Because it's it's like this is more about it's like persona as well and swag, and it's just different metrics. But I mean that's enough. We don't have to talk about mumble rap all day, but
Different metrics.
I definitely have like Lil Yachty does have stuff that that has merit or whatever. Like all those guys, I've went in and like okay, I get this. Like 21 Savage especially. Like that's the one that I've got into recently. Cause it's like it's such a subdued low, like subdued voice. I mean, it's like minimalist, and it was like minimal. You have to think of stuff in like minimalism and maximalism and stuff. You know, like this is like a more minimal movement in hip hop. The beats are spacey and sparse. The lyrics, what the fuck is Mace Windu?
I really
Yeah.
want to get back into making beats, but I just can't. I have such a hard time anymore with like just finding I mean, even not just beats, just making music for me anymore is difficult if it's not metal. Like I have such a hard time just making a decision. You know what I mean? Like a chord progression decision. It's so difficult for me anymore. I really want to get back into it heavily, but I need some like practice or some help.
Yeah, I
You need some milk.
I need to get back
He
to
needs
music
some
shit.
milk.
I definitely have taken a long break from music. I need to get
The
back
last
to
thing
the
you did was Mauve, right?
Yeah, but nothing even fucking it all like fell apart, which is what pissed me off.
That's what happens with like every group I'm ever in.
That's
Like
bands for
Split the
you.
D. Split the D lasted the longest.
Oh,
But
you were in
we had a
Split the
horrible
D?
Yeah, we had a horrible vocalist, so we just never made it anywhere. But like my leads were good. The other guitar player wrote great music. Our drummer was great, but when we played live, the bassist never played the right part.
It
and
wasn't
Joey
Zach?
had to
Wasn't Zach Unruh and Joey Bones in that band?
Zach was supposed to be my replacement, but I don't think he could play any of my parts. So he just quit. He never. They said that he never, because I played with them again for a little bit after he left. I played bass for them while they were transitioning to a cover band, and what ended up happening, what they said was like he didn't show up for practice a lot. He didn't learn the songs, and to be honest, a lot of my parts are really fucking hard because I go ham on guitar, and he just didn't really stay that long. That being said, the last lineup of that band that existed was Kevin, Joey, Jason, and me. And then what ended up happening with them is they went off and they formed a cover band after we all decided to make a metal band. And I kind of just stopped making the metal band with them whenever they pretty much told me that I wasn't allowed to play in the cover band.
Wow.
Kind of a dick move.
Yeah, it's all goofy shit anymore, man. Sometimes it ain't even something worth it.
And then I joined a thrashcore band in Canton, which honestly I really like them. I don't think you guys would. I really dig their songs, but I can't get time off work to go. Like the distance isn't even the hard part. It's just getting off on a weekend is impossible.
Yeah, weekend. See, I work in office 9 to 5 kind of a thing, so I have a pretty consistent schedule.
I work a consistent schedule. It's just that I don't have Saturday and Sunday off. I have Monday and Tuesday, and nobody's ever willing to switch with me. It's tough. That being said,
I wouldn't switch with you either, dog.
I really want to get into another local band doing covers. I want to do Leonard Skinner covers and like classic rock stuff a lot, like Black Sabbath. That'd be awesome.
Wow, this game is beautiful.
Yeah, what is this?
Gravity Rush 2.
It looks kind of like Breath of the Wild a little bit.
Yeah.
Wild of the breath. Your breath is wild, dog.
Wow, this shit is beautiful. I have to have this. It was already on my list, but I didn't watch a lot of gameplay. It's just I knew everyone was like on its nutsack. Shit, 4,000? I can't do nothing about that.
I have to have you.
I wish I could still play Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can if you have a PS4.
No, I can't. I gave up because, hear me out. I had a deck with Chaos Emperor, Dragon Envoy of the End, Chaos, the Soldier for everything was first edition. I had Yatagarasu, fucking Bazoo the Soul Eater. I had a fuckload of first edition.
I don't know what any of that shit is.
It's all traditional stuff, like old.
Dark, and, like Fart Magician.
Yeah, like the sorcerer style decks, and that's essentially what it was. The side deck took it from traditional to tournament, and somebody stole it, and it sucked because there was like $1,000 worth of cards in it at the time.
Wow. Yeah, I had my card stolen once, in Magic, which made me quit.
Yep.
Getting your card stolen will make you quit.
Wow, that's rough, man.
My buddy keeps telling me, "Oh, I have cards you can use." I'm like, no, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Nobody wants to get repeatedly crushed because they don't have the cards they spent all their time and energy getting. On top of that, the game is horrible now. Like I don't.
Oh
like
yeah,
it anymore.
that game was fucking OP. Like there was broken ass cards from the beginning.
Yeah, and what made me mad is like Magic has a lot of restricted cards, but like a lot of restricted cards. But the game is still viable. Like with what Yu-Gi-Oh does is they'll make a card and then like within a month of its release they'll be like, okay, that's banned now.
Yeah, I remember I think of what it was because they wanted to print cards from the show, but they were like the cards from the show are like way too powerful, so they actually didn't work in real life. So then they had to like restrict them or ban them or whatever.
A lot of the cards from the show didn't do the same things in real life either. Like some normal monsters in the show ended up having effects for some reason, and it was super stupid. And in real life, they would just be a normal monster card, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like for a great example is Time Wizard. Time Wizard is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, it did way more shit on the show than it does in real life.
And then they added a new kind of summoning, which I don't understand why that was necessary at all. like ritual summoning, fusion summoning, special summoning, and normal summoning. That's good. That's enough. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
you
that.
need.
So I'm playing on this game right here, and there's like the tuner, like the white cards, and then the XYZ like black cards, and I don't like using any of them.
Yeah.
But some of that shit gets really strong, like 5,000 fucking attack points and stuff.
That's my point. That's why I don't like it, because it's OP. It really is. You took out all these great cards, and then you put in this OP bullshit. Fuck off. Like, it made me so mad. But I still play Magic because Magic is great. But
yeah,
that's
man,
another game
it's
that
a much better.
If you don't have good cards, you're fucked.
Yeah, but there's formats like Pauper now that are cheap, and you can have good cards, and for like you can make a tournament level deck for $60.
What?
Pauper is commons only.
Oh no, I'm good on that.
Oh, dude, it's so powerful, man. Because there's like not a big ban list, so it's like commons from the beginning. Like, dude, you would be so like, I'll show you my Pauper deck. My Pauper decks could probably wreck like your decks that you have.
Oh, dude, my decks are horrible. I have like 10. The only really really good one I have, well, I have two. One is my Cleric Knight deck. And that's only because it can just constantly heal, and you lose health every time you summon anything. I gain health when I summon things, and I just bring out like 60 tokens, so it's like fuck. And then my elf deck, which if you know Magic, you know elves are fucking OP to begin with.
Yeah, elves are ridiculous. Yeah, I used to have a really good goblin deck. I believe. Do you know about
Goblin
Commander?
decks are ridiculous.
Do you know about EDH Commander?
No, it's that.
It's a new format as well. It's a popular format. It's a 100-card deck. You can only have one of each card, and but then you have a commander, which they're not in your hand. They you can cast them at any time, and then they're like always on. Like you can
like planeswalkers.
Kind of like that, but it's a legend card, like a creature card. So you you can cast your commander. You always have access to your commander no matter what. But then if it dies, instead of it going to your graveyard, it goes back to like your command zone, and then you can cast it again, but it costs 2 more. And it's a 4-player format. It's so much fun, dude. It's like the Mario Kart of Magic. It's like, oh my god, is it so fun?
Me and my friend Twitch and my girlfriend and his friend Matt played team battle the other day in Magic, and we didn't play it right. We each took our turns individually, but when you play in a team, you're supposed to drop at the same time, and you go through the phases at the same time.
See, I've never played that way. Most 4-player games I've ever played, everybody goes one at a time.
Nope, apparently that's wrong.
Nah, I don't think. I think that's wrong.
Oh, I looked it up.
I mean, I think there's maybe more than one way to do it, but most.
I mean, you can play any way you want.
But I play a lot online and stuff, and on Xmage and stuff, and it's. Even team, it's usually one at a time. Because it's hard to have two. You can't it's hard to have priority when multiple players are playing at once.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm gonna look it up again and find out.
I'm gonna have to pull a prove it ticket on that. There's a podcast I watch called Easy Allies, and when somebody says something, you have 2 prove it tickets per podcast. It's a 2-hour podcast. So if somebody makes a claim of something, they're like, I'm gonna have to pull out a prove it ticket, and and then everybody Googles it, and then they find out or the person that said it has to provide real proof or whatever. A 2-headed giant. Yeah, I mean I definitely think you can do it that way. I think a commander and the most shit.
Each player
he takes their turn together. Yeah,
all
right.
Draws a team, attacks as a team, blocks a team, go through all phases of the turn as a team.
But 2-headed giant, there's 2-headed giant, and then I think there's still a format that does one at a time. But yeah, you're right. Then you're right. You proved it. You proved it.
Proved it. Myth busted. Or myth.
Yeah, the myth. Verified. Plausible.
Fucked it up. Myth confirmed. That's what it was.
Plausible. Yeah, confirmed. Plausible confirmed.
Plausible. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're right over there.
Yeah, my allergies are destroying me again.
All that rain.
It has been raining like a motherfucker the last 2 days. So why does this in this game? Why is this person just like flail themselves through the air? I don't get it.
I don't know, but I like it.
What is happening?
It's beautiful, though. I can tell you that.
What? Yeah, like what the hell?
Dude, earlier she was just moving like there was like a kiddie chair like going through the fucking air with her, and I was like,
This
what
reminds me of Persona. Like the art style. It's so good. This is really good. The first one I think is on PS3, but I don't know if they like are gonna redo it for PS4 or they did already. I can't remember. It's weird how Japanese games just need to get more push over here, man. The good
Yeah,
ones.
some of them are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of all of them, obviously.
But I think like right now, like I think they're doing better shit. That's what I want to be my last topic of the cast and our final half hour.
Weeaboo trash.
Weeaboo trash. Is that weeaboo? Hold on. So for the kids at home, I think Japanese games are like crushing it right now, and American games other than indie American games are where it's at. But as a whole, like AAA American games are pretty like, I mean, not bad, but like not great
Call
either.
of Duty, pretty much.
They're like 8s. I feel like there are a lot of 7 and 8s versus like this year you have fucking Gravity Rush 2 came out this year, Persona came out this year, Yakuza came out this year, Nier came out this year.
Oh my god, this game. I don't think I can watch.
Neo, yeah,
Honestly,
dude, it's giving me like feels like I'm on a fucking roller coaster. It's wild.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
giving me
God.
vertigo. It's wild. That's crazy. I need this.
If you really look at American like RPGs, we're kind of slacking like heavy.
Yeah,
we have some
RPGs.
good titles like Fallout, Elder Scrolls, but other than the big ones,
Mass Effect.
Yeah, other than those, we're really falling behind. Like Final Fantasy 15 was really good even by those kind of standards, and I personally I don't think I'm gonna really like it when it comes to PC, but my mom played it and she liked it a lot, so maybe I don't know.
It's supposed to be really good until like the third act becomes linear, and then it
I watched a channel called Game Devs Play Games, and they talked about just how bad Chapter 13 was in that game. Jesus Christ. And how bad I don't know. The perspective of game developers kind of helps me, you know what I mean, a lot when it comes to fucking understanding how and why things might have been done. But they're not the devs that made the game, so, take it with a grain of salt. And a shot of vodka.
Vodka. Well, yeah, there is like good indie Western RPGs, right? Like that have come out recently. Darkest Dungeon is the number one that comes to mind. That was like last year, and then there's Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny, which are made by the old Obsidian team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is made by Obsidian actually. Like who did the old Fallouts? They did Fallout New Vegas. They did South Park: Stick of Truth, and they're like in the Elder Scroll, or not the Elder Scrolls, the Baldur's Gate, like the old like Neverwinter Nights, Dungeons and Dragons kind of a system from the '90s, but they updated it a lot. And those games are supposed to be really, really good.
Did you like Stick of Truth?
I love Stick of Truth.
I did not.
Stick
I
of
thought
Truth was alright.
I thought it was fire.
Oh,
I liked the combat system. I loved that it was like I was playing an episode of South Park.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, I didn't expect it to be too complicated because it still have to normies still have to play it.
Yeah, I lost a lot of interest in it. Like I liked it a lot when I first started playing it, and then as time went on, I kind of lost interest with it. I guess the best way I can put it.
It's like playing an episode of South Park.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it wasn't that long. It was like only 8 hours or whatever. Like, or 5. It was like 7 hours. I can't remember. crush it in like 2 days. It was, I don't know. It was a nice experience.
My buddy bought the what was it? The pre-order or special edition. It was like $150.
What?
And yeah. And he got it and he did not like it.
Wow, I can't. I don't know how you don't like it, especially if you're into turn-based RPGs to begin with.
I don't know. He just told me he didn't like it, and I laughed because I was like, that sucks.
What did you not like about it? You just said it was not enough.
I just lost interest. It was good. It has a lot of good qualities to it, like when Paladin Butters throws his hammer. It cracked me up
There's so much in that game that cracks me up, but like some of it got repetitive for sure. Like wears off after a little while. But I feel like they spaced out like the you get new characters well, like to play with, like Stan and Kyle, like you didn't get right away. And Kenny was like the last one.
Princess Kenny.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the equipment. I like the equipment system. It was just classic. It was very classic stuff. Like it was just run of the mill. Like it was kind of like Darkest Dungeon stuff, but easier. It was pretty easy.
I guess to answer your question though, the repetitiveness and the story got stale to me.
Yeah, if you weren't into the story, then yeah, because the story is what drove me. Obviously, if you're not going to be in the story, then yeah, there's like, what the fuck's the point of playing?
Yeah. See, this game does look interesting though. You said it's on Steam?
No, I think it's only on PS4. I think.
I hold the opinion that exclusives are killing gaming.
No. I mean, there's like less exclusives now than there's ever been.
Which is a good thing. I honestly don't like exclusives. I think it's kind of fucked up.
I like having one console and now I have my PC.
So you don't like the fact that Legend of Zelda isn't on an Xbox or a PlayStation?
Yeah, here's why.
Or is it just you want everything on PC is the real crux of it?
No, it's not it. That's not it. I think it's unfair that if, let's say, for you brought up a good point, Zelda. So I think it's unfair that if you really like the Legend of Zelda franchise, but you don't like the console hardware because it's a ripoff, that you have to buy it to play it. I think that's kind of fucked up.
But you can just wait. Like you also can wait. Like it's capitalism is like you don't have to buy it right then and there.
Yeah.
You know.
I also feel like you didn't have an argument for that up until the Switch because everything else has been solid in my opinion up until the Switch.
The Wii U is trash.
I've held this opinion for.
Couldn't you have played the one Zelda on the one Wii though, not the Wii U?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, you can play Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess on the regular Wii.
And GameCube for Twilight Princess. Yeah, that's great and all, but at the same time, you still have to buy that Nintendo product, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of okay for the company, like for example, Nintendo and Zelda and Mario. I'm sure there's a Sony one, Xbox and Halo, like that. Like that makes sense, kind of, but at the same time. Honestly, you're just kind of losing money when you think about it because you can sell it for the other consoles too and make more money instead of relying on the console sales, which are dismal. And a lot of console companies sell at loss.
Not the Switch.
Well, honestly, between you and me, the Switch is garbage. I like the concept of it. I thought.
Have you played it? Have you used it?
I really don't need to.
Yeah, I think you need to use it before you can say that something's trash.
I feel like you can't really talk about, you know what I mean, something unless you kind of have a bit more of an experience to it than just, hey, this is just.
I haven't played the Switch, and I'm not like a lover or a hater. I think it's up to them software wise to support it. Like I think the concept of it's fine. It's in handheld.
I don't like the hardware.
It's a handheld. It's not.
That's the problem.
Well, then don't buy it.
Exactly, and that's the thing. And I'm not going to. I feel like for Nintendo to have released the Switch the way they did, and
they
have
gave
it
up on
kind of
consoles.
lacking the way it. Well, here's the thing. In 2017, USB GPU activation is a thing. In other words, you should be able to plug that console into the base and get more performance out of it. You cannot, and that's really dumb. And I feel like for the price point, that should be a thing. Nintendo has always kind of fell behind on hardware. And
I think they gave up on it now.
Yeah, it feels like they did, and that's a big problem. I don't feel like that's what you should do, especially whenever things are getting competitively priced around the board. You should really kind of stack hardware, especially when it's becoming important with people being so into high quality graphics and stuff.
But I would counter to that people aren't as into high quality graphics as you think, because like how the indie market is not about, it's all art style. It's not about, and that's like pop. That's like one of the biggest popping things in gaming. Is indie games that aren't like that in 4K highest fidelity, like it's drawn shit.
But I'm not saying everything has to be that way.
Or like Persona is a PS3 game.
To make an argument.
Gravity Rush and Persona are fucking like, these are like PS3 games essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's not
people will
it's
like
art
the
style.
gameplay. Just if it's good gameplay, yeah, that's not going to change. But what I mean is, for the price point, they could have done better than what they have been doing, and that's how I feel about consoles as a whole. That's why I kind of don't like them anymore. It's because I feel like console gamers kind of get ripped off in a way, because you pay a premium price for non-premium hardware. It's the same thing Apple does. That's why I don't like Apple.
Yeah, but if you want to have a PC rig that's like, playing the best games, like it's at like a high level, it still costs a pretty penny.
Yeah, that's true, but that's not what I'm saying. What I mean is, you're paying higher markup for the hardware you're getting than what it's worth, is the best way I can describe it. And that's what really pisses me off. I kind of like the way that the Xbox was handling, that Scorpio, where you can change the parts in and out, and it's essentially a computer, which is what the Xbox was designed to do. The reason why it's called the Xbox is because it ran DirectX. So
but I think if someone would just get a computer, then why?
Yeah, I believe that's another positive thing to do. But that's
some people don't know enough about computers, have the time to learn about computers. So if they offer something that will streamline the longevity of the computer, you know what I mean, then that's something that I would definitely do.
I think that's
well,
what it is.
Longevity is a bad point, and the reason why is because a computer will outlast a console twofold.
Okay,
Secondly,
unless
but it's
they
just
do
not
what
a
we were just
casual
talking
thing.
about with with the hardware thing.
Well, you
up
can build
up until the proprietor stops supporting the latest development equipment and that, and says, hey, you have to buy this brand new one that you can switch parts in and out of. You know what I mean? That's like the only way that's going to happen. A computer is forever.
Well, what I mean though is there's no hardware comparison for computer to console. There's no way that you're going to beat the price of a computer over a console for performance.
But you have to build it.
For the price of a console, you can build a better computer.
But you have to know how to do that. Like
it's very easy, and you can find YouTube guides online.
But you're asking people to jump. You're asking people to make a leap, more than I go to the store. I go to the store and buy it and pop it on, and it works, and it runs, and it's good. I think you're underestimating the people's craving of convenience, and simplicity.
That's all it is.
And people are stupid as fuck. Like people are dumb.
Agreed.
Agreed. Like they can't handle like PC. It's just not as simple.
But the thing is, they don't try. That's the thing. It's
don't
one
want
thing if
to.
you try and fail. It's another thing to just give up and say fuck that. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
like
kind of a really
demanding
dumb way to look
it's like
at it.
demanding fucking Little Yachty to rap good or whatever. It's just
That's
like
exactly
that's the
agree with
same
that
thing at
analogy.
all. That's the same exact thing.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Then I don't think that you understand how people in consumership work then like this. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's the
I
reason
do.
why
Like
stuff
pop
this.
music.
Like that's the reason why the stuff is like that, because people want more streamlined interfaces. People want more ease of access, stuff
No,
like
I get that.
The same people that buy smart TVs that because consoles are intimidating. Like there's a market for people that find video game consoles intimidating, that want to have that same interface.
Is you're preaching to the choir. I know. Trust me, I know all this. I work with these people every day. Here's the thing I realized about these people that nobody else does unless you have an inside view on it. They do not try. They give up from the get-go. No matter how simple it is, they'll give it up. I'm telling you. There's people I've seen who don't know how to set up a PlayStation, and like if you give them a link to tell them how to set up the PlayStation,
they can't follow the directions.
They won't do it. They won't look at it. They won't even try.
Well, that's what it is. Like that's just the human. That's the human nature.
The punchline.
Exactly.
That is
Here's my problem.
You can't change that.
My problem isn't the fact that those people aren't trying. I mean, I guess it is, but the bigger problem is the fact that people capitalize on that by providing subpar equipment for premium costs. That's the thing that gets me.
That's welcome to capitalism.
I'm well aware, and that's the problem, though. I mean, capitalism is the problem in a way, but the company should have enough respect for their clients to not fuck them over. That's the thing.
Not everyone's like that. It sucks, man.
It's
people,
supply and demand, homie. If people aren't going to buy it, they're not going to do it. If people won't pay for it, the only reason they're doing it because people will pay for that.
Yeah, you're falling back to the argument, that same argument, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I mean is, I feel like a company who respects and loves their fan base will do what's best for their fan base, and that's not what happens.
Because the ROI isn't there. The ROI isn't there. There's no return on doing what's best for your.
There's way less people like you than there is love them, which is why
I get that.
They have to make money. They have to make money from them more so than you.
Well, the thing is, it's not about. Well, I guess it is about making money, but that's not what I meant. What I mean is, it's not about we can make more money by doing this. That's the problem. You can make a superior product. You're just not doing it. And you know what the fucking problem is? When you do that, that gives business elsewhere where there is the better product.
Well, then listen. There's all right. Look at the last console cycle to now this one. PlayStation, after getting its ass kicked last cycle, last gen, comes out with the most powerful machine at the lower price point, which is why.
So far.
So yeah, exactly. Which is why it is winning right now. So what does Xbox now do? Pivots, tries to make a new console that's stronger than the PS4, and hopefully at a competitive price point if they're not stupid.
Yeah,
and that's capitalism, is the competition. Like that's what's gonna drive it. Is a company like Microsoft getting its ass kicked is gonna have to be like, well, we need to pivot and make we got to step our game up hardware wise and efficiency or whatever. And if we're gonna win again, if we're gonna sell units, or we're gonna lose to PlayStation. And the other thing is, there's consoles that get made that are strong, and then they're like getting sold at a loss, because they aren't, because they cost more to make than they are to buy, but they worry about software or whatever.
Not necessarily. What ends up happening more often than not is that they sell things cheaper to outsell their competitor. And so they sell things at a loss because they plan on making up for it in other ways, like licensing for those exclusives and paying for online, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, like in obviously games.
They want to make money over time rather than give you a decent product up front, if that makes any sense. So,
but you have to have the good product to win. You have to have the best product to win.
You have to have somebody want to buy your game in the first place for somebody to be like, I'll buy the stuff over time too.
Look at the console wars, man.
For the poop shoot around it.
That's not necessarily true either, though. Look at the Switch; it didn't have very good fucking titles for launch, except for Zelda.
It had two that people love. There's 3 now. Like Breath of the Wild though was enough. Like that's like the best game to come out this year.
Yeah, that flat out was enough. The member berries made that possible.
And the fact that it's like a 10 out of 10 game on top of the member berries, just takes it over the top. Like people love that fucking game. Like game critics YouTubers and normies alike all like that game, and
Oh yeah, it's a good
that's
game.
why the Switch is selling. And the Switch as a handheld is the most powerful handheld ever. Like you have you have HD and you have HD
Nvidia
in your
Shield
fucking
beats the
pocket.
shit out of it.
Who the fuck has an Nvidia Shield handheld?
Not too many people, honestly. But my point is, it's not the most powerful. That was the end of the argument. I mean, it doesn't matter who owns it.
What-
The argument was that it's not the most powerful.
How much does it cost?
Good question. Let me look it up.
Is it
Yeah.
part of a console? Is the Nvidia Shield?
I thought the
part of
Nvidia
another
Shield was a
console?
home console.
No, it's just there's several versions of the Shield, okay? There's a controller version which connects to your computer, but then there's a tablet, and that's what I'm referring to. The tablet is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then people did mention that that the Switch takes from the Shield, I think. But regardless, it's as a handheld experience, it's great.
See, my problem though is
It's and the versatility is the selling point. The fact that like I can play with TJ split, we can play Bomberman together in the park.
One was $200. And then I think it comes with nope, it does not come with a controller, but you can get one.
How much does those cost?
I don't fucking know, probably $60 now on Nvidia. But my point is, for the price of what's happening, they could have done better, is all I'm saying. And they don't, because you're right, they look at that profit margin because they want to make that money. And that makes sense for a business. It does. But I respect companies like Steam and the original Xbox development crew, who the purpose of what they were doing was to put better quality products in clients' hands. That's what I stand behind. I like that. I don't like whenever they cut corners. It's just all that's my whole argument. I don't like cutting corners, and I don't like holding exclusives above people's heads so that they have to buy the hardware for it.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like,
I don't have an issue with that.
I feel like
That's
that was
fine,
an
that's your
argument,
opinion.
but like exclusives are like going the way of the dodo, and
Yeah, they definitely are.
and they're like, and if they are exclusives, they're like timed exclusives where you have to wait like a couple months and then it's out on PC or the other console anyways. Like,
Damn, that is true.
which is like, I don't know, the exclusives problem's working itself out. And as far as what was the other thing we were just talking about? The consoles. Well, no, I think the PS4 is a solid console when it dropped. Like that's why it succeeded.
I don't agree. My girlfriend has
You
one.
can buy a PC that runs the same games at the same quality for about the same price when it came out. I remember that because they did YouTube videos of it like on GameSpot and everything, and I watched them because
those YouTube videos aren't set in stone either. That's just somebody's opinion.
there was multiple of them though. There was multiple.
There's always different ways to go about things. Is my point. But what I mean when I say that I don't like the PS4 is I watch her play games, and instead of PlayStation setting the settings so that you guys have a consistent experience with frames per second, it literally drops to 15 or lower at certain points. That is unacceptable to me. Completely unacceptable.
What's the game?
Hasn't done that to me.
Yeah, what's the game?
It has. You just probably haven't noticed it because you're not used to anything better, honestly. She
No,
didn't notice
yeah,
until
dude, that is full of that is
Okay.
bullshit, dog.
No, it's really not.
No,
I'm-
Fallout- the only game that's dropped
pretty
frames-
assumptive.
That's the only game that's dropped frames for me like that was Fallout 4 Harbor until they patched it. It was the game. It wasn't like because it wasn't optimized to the system
It's
because
not
of the
up.
fog.
That is exactly my point. What they do is they crank up the settings. They don't care about FPS because they want to make it look better for the still frames on the box. They want to make it look better. Like, for example, I can turn Arc on my computer up to 4K and ultra settings. I'll get 15 frames per second, and the screenshots will look fucking amazing. But it's not going to play very well. And when I say that I've seen this frame drops, I've seen the frame drops. Is what I mean. Like I've seen it firsthand.
I think that you're in the minority, Mang, and you're not. That's why that things
I'm
are
fine
the way
with
they
being
are.
in the
But that's why
minority.
things are the way they are. All right, I'm ending this. Winterfang Neo, we're making him leave because of this. We're done. We're done. Yeah, I think we're all against you on this one, buddy.
That's
But
okay. I'm used to being right, but in the wrong.
I don't think you are, but
That's what an opinion is.
yeah.
I mean, okay.
I mean, I can back.
We're gonna. That dog.
Articles.
I don't care. That's fine.
I'll send
That's
you
cool.
all articles in Discord later.
Yeah,
Articles
I'm
about
not gonna
what?
read 'em.
Articles about
I ain't
what?
gonna read them. That's
Articles
I
about
fucking
what?
Don't care.
That's
Like
straight up
literally
ignorance,
about
sir.
nothing. It's not. You're sending me articles literally about nothing. Seinfeld.
There's a
You didn't
reason
even
why.
see the
There's a
article.
reason
That's
why
just-
TJ or like Joel, like Bars Blackman loves video games and owns a PlayStation 4 because he can, afford to buy a PlayStation 4 and not build a PC, and he doesn't have the means to build a PC. Like there's plenty of people that love video games and don't care about it looking like it being 60 FPS, whatever. Like that's.
And I respect that. I do. I really do.
I feel like
But
that's like some.
That doesn't mean that logically that I'm wrong that I've seen skips and frame drops. Though is my point. Like it's okay if you don't care. That's perfectly fine.
But yeah, but when people
Don't
say
try and
something
tell
about
me
that
it doesn't
shit,
exist.
when people say shit about it, it get like patches come out. Like that's documented things of it. Like
Yeah, and that's
How
good.
many
That's
times?
what should happen.
that's
the
what
same thing that
that's what happens
happens
on
on
PC when shit's broken on. How many games get put out on PC that are broken as fuck? Remember Arkham Knight on PC?
Well, that's Ubisoft's fault.
Remember every game ever that comes out that releases that needs patched.
Yeah, that's
No,
just.
I don't because earlier games that didn't happen. Like PlayStation
Okay.
1, there were no
Okay.
patches. PlayStation
Okay.
2, there were no patches.
No, I mean he's right about that, but
Final
there was on
release.
PC. There was Diablo 1 had
That's what I'm
patches.
talking about on PC. Like all the patches for PC. It's
Well,
similar.
that's also because the hardware isn't consistent. So you have to remember that with consoles, all the hardware.
Well, this
it's
is
the
a
same with
con.
Apples.
This is a con of
All the
of the
hardware is going to be the
PC.
same thing. No, you think that, but it's really not. All the hardware is the same across the board. So it's all going to be the same on consoles. With PC, you have options and variety. There's no one.
I agree with
set
you,
form
Winterfang.
of hardware.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
instead of like, for example, when an Apple motherboard goes, you can't replace it with any motherboard that fits the specs. It
Apple's
has to
trash.
be the same exact
God.
Apple's
motherboard,
trash.
or that computer will not start. It's the same with consoles, though. If your motherboard and your console goes, you have to pay Sony or whoever the hell it is, if it's out of warranty, to go in and
Okay.
replace it with that same.
It's still cheaper than buying a whole fucking
Apple's not
computer.
like a streamlined thing like a PS4 is though, or an Xbox.
Yeah,
is.
and honestly, consoles are generally, other than like the 360, were made pretty well and don't, how many of them die or whatever that quickly. I have fucking consoles that I've owned for like 5, 6, 7 years, way longer than PCs. PCs die way faster than a console does.
That depends on use.
If you have to constantly be upkeeping and upgrading a PC, whereas
no, you
a
don't.
console.
That's a myth. That's a straight up myth.
Dude, all right. That is not every computer I had degrades over time.
Well, that's because you made bad choices.
No,
it
dude,
depends
I had
what you
every
have.
every antivirus,
If
whatever.
you purchase something for longevity, it's going to be different than just saying I like that one. Like, for example, when people ask me, I can get you a computer that has the longevity
man.
of 6 years or more. It's just making the right choice. You have
my
choice.
buddy had a laptop that's last for like 8 years.
Yeah,
Still,
Oh no,
it's
I have
great.
one that's
My
really
Asus
long too.
G74
I've
can
definitely
play
one really long too,
brand new
but
games on ultra settings in some cases, and that's over 6 years old. And that's a laptop. You just got to make the right choice. You got to buy the right thing. Now, granted, that fucking laptop is expensive as fuck. That's the choice I made, though.
yeah, well, my fucking $250 console lasts forever.
Not
I was
necessarily.
just about to say,
Yellow Ring of Death, Yellow Light of Death exists on PlayStation 4s. I had a friend who bought a brand new PlayStation 4.
So they're fucking broken motherboards and computers, dog.
Exactly, that's my point. There's no difference in that regard.
But
Things
you're
can be
but the price
defective.
point is the what we're saying here. You're like saying consoles need to have hardware.
We're
Consoles
having
need to have
6
hardware.
conversations simultaneously.
No,
guys.
they're all
I'm-
I'm trying to figure out what conversation we're having. To be
Exactly.
honest with
I don't even
That's my
suppose
point.
because I feel like you don't have an argument, and that's so we're like.
I know that
you.
that's
Dude,
why
they don't have like. I just don't understand.
Right. That's why I said I'd link you articles later, because that way you will understand.
No,
Smarter
no.
people than us have had this conversation. Is
No.
my point.
No.
And there's an entire subreddit that is devoted to this exact conversation.
Because
And
it's
there's an
fucking
entire-
gamer. It's snobs, man. Sounds like a bunch of snobs to
I
me.
don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Sounds like I'm not
See,
gonna read
that's
any
the
of the
thing. You say
articles.
somebody doesn't have an. If you say somebody doesn't have an argument, and then they provide, evidence.
I mean, I'll
and
read
you
it,
say,
but
nope, I'm not
I
going
say
to read
we'll
it.
have
That
it
doesn't
well, it
count.
remains to be seen.
Of
It
the
remains to
weed,
be
thing.
seen. It remains to
Up
be
until the
seen.
one thing.
Somebody
That's
else's
what I said.
opinion in an article doesn't make it a fact either.
You should be more open-minded about other opinions and other articles. Like articles.
I mean,
in
I'll
general.
see it when I read it. I'll
What we were
see it when
talking
I
about.
read it, dude. I'll see it when I read it. You have
I'm
like
just saying.
you have like a fucking a room like a bunch. You had more people telling you that you're in the wrong, and you're like trying to tell us we're not open-minded.
That's because it's not an argument based on opinion exactly when it comes to what's better. It's an argument based in fact. I can provide articles that go over the price points of specific hardware in the console versus the markup, what you're paying versus what you could do with that money that's better. Like it's signed like
But
I want to say
but you have to
scientific,
build. But you have to build it. But you
not
have to make it.
necessarily,
But
no.
you have to make it
There are
yourself.
places. No, you don't. There are places and people that will do this for you. Like for example, if you came to me one day and you
have
said,
to find them though. Stop.
You
stop.
you
No.
so underestimate the
you
value
have
of
to find them.
convenience. You
Like,
underestimate
I
the
can
value
go from
of
my
convenience.
TV to Walmart and back.
you
and
have to go
it set
find
up.
a console too. It's not like you could just magically appears in front of you. You
Yeah,
have
I go to the store
buy
and
it.
I buy it, and then
Exactly.
it's here.
Dog,
You can go to the store and have somebody
You
help
buy it
you,
from your phone.
or if you have
You-
a friend,
you can just buy it from your
Amazon
phone.
Prime.
just ask them and they will do it for free, or a 6-pack of beer in some cases.
Yeah, bro. That's
Just-
not. I don't think that's a good.
A
I don't think
computer
that's a point.
is for people who have the time to know what the hell a computer is. I
Your
literally went
consoles
to
are computers, is what you're
Dog,
not getting.
Yeah, but you can run them
Same
with the,
thing.
the
I'm not
slick
even-
UI.
Listen, man.
This
I went
got-
to I literally have a degree in this shit, like trying to explain to people like, hey, we shouldn't think that we're better than X, Y, and Z because we know X, Y, and Z about computers. Not everybody is going to know that all you have to do to get your internet to work is turn your adapter on, or to click this, or to turn this switch on. That's why dumb, retarded stuff like Apple products and consoles exist, because people
I agree.
don't want to do this stuff.
I agree. And but my point is,
like
what
training
I've been
wheels.
What I've been trying to explain to you is, I'm not saying that that's generally wrong. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. I've said that several times. It's just that you can't make the argument that something is better when it's not based
I'm not.
on
Well,
that.
I mean, I don't know if any who said that consoles are better than PCs. I'm just making the case for their existence.
Right.
Like
and that's
in
what I'm
this,
saying.
in like
You
the
made
PlayStation
argument that
4
they're
as
cheaper.
it is. PlayStation 4 as it is there's a reason why it's good and people enjoy it and it sells. And
I understand that. I do.
Like,
I do.
That's what we've been
Just
saying
because
since
the
the beginning.
hardware is better, it makes it better. When just because like
Factually,
you
yeah.
don't need. All right then. I think the whole basis of the logic in your argument is flawed from the gate. Then off rip, because if somebody like my friend Joel doesn't need a super powerful ultra super then why would he get it? Why wouldn't
He
he
doesn't
just
have
get?
to. That's what I said earlier. He has the right to.
So it's
to
so
like and
better-
choose whatever
better
he
is
likes.
in
So it's not better to him. And then it's
Better
no.
is in the eye of the
speaking-
beholder.
I'm speaking performance for price. I've been doing that this whole time. Performance for price, it's not better. It might be
not-
better for what he
Not about
prefers.
performance price
but-
though.
It is. That was my argument from the get-go.
Well, yeah.
But I
Performance
guess,
for
but
price,
but
it's
we're
better.
saying there's okay. What we're countering with this whole time is that there's more factors into value than just performance.
I know, and I conceded that several times.
I don't.
I've said if
I
that's
don't
what you
know.
prefer, that's
Did you?
fine.
Did you?
Yeah, I said if you
Yeah,
prefer
and
that
then
and that's the
that
way
one
you
said-
want to go, that's
And then one
But
said,
it's not
yeah, but this is
preferring,
better
it's
because
not
I
a
can prove up the
preferring.
facts and the articles and stuff.
It's
though.
just saying there's more
literally what
factors
she
to
said.
value.
No, what I kept trying to do is I kept trying to go back to the fact that what I'm saying is price for performance and price, it's better factually. That's all
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
saying.
Oh yeah.
Then you guys would come back and be like, but people don't want to do that, and I'm like, I know, that's fine if you want to do that, but I'm just saying you can't say that it's not better and that it's not.
It's not. I think that's what you just keep saying. Better. The word better. And
Yeah,
like
you're right,
generally
You're not
better.
adding enough nuance to
Yeah.
better. Dog.
Like
Correct.
you're
correct.
it's but you're only meaning one specific factor. Like that's what it is. It's like the PS4 as a product, a whole product is more than just the the performance. It's also the titles, it's also the controller, whatever. It's also the features, the UI. Like there's more to it than just raw FPS, raw, does it do 4K? And then then when people demand, if the demand is there, then obviously they tried to roll out the PS4 4K or whatever.
Yeah, and there's also Steam machines too, which are the same exact thing. It's a minimalized OS. It's better hardware for a similar price. It is more expensive. I'll give it that. But it's the same experience that you're used to as a console gamer, but with better equipment, and allows you to have more and better control over what you're doing.
I think,
so all I'm saying is there are alternatives to all of this. I respect your opinions, I do. And I mean, like,
console players aren't going to want to pay more than $400 for
console
to
players
play
don't want
video games.
Console players don't want to pay any money, just like everybody else. Nobody
No,
wants
but like they're not. But I'm saying like the market dictates that they're not going to pay more than $400 for a console.
Yeah, and I can respect that.
Like
but
then
I'm
the
just saying-
PS3 is the example. The PS3, how much performance did that have? And but it cost more, and people didn't buy it.
Well, let's be honest. The PS3 didn't perform too hot in my opinion. When I played Final Fantasy 13 on it when my mom bought it, I was severely disappointed.
It was a better running machine than the 360 and way better graphics.
I'll give you that. Yep.
Better graphics, better machine.
Yep.
I like the UI of the 360 better though. Way better.
The UI is better, and another thing that I liked about Xbox always over PlayStation always is the controller. I always feel like the Xbox controllers are more natural. I don't like where the thumbstick is on PlayStation controllers because I have to stretch, and it feels weird to me. Another thing is, when it comes to PlayStation, I used to be a real big fanboy, believe it or not. You would not believe that from the way I'm talking, but I used to be
PlayStation 2 is the best console ever made.
I used to think that, and until my friend went through 6 of them, and I watched him do nothing wrong to them, and then he went, and then none of them were ever under warranty. Like they were under warranty, but they wouldn't do anything about it. And then a few years ago, I learned how PlayStation started, and that's where I really started heavily disliking them. Did you know the PlayStation was created out of spite?
No, I don't know if I care though. Can't say that I would care, but
Well, let's just say that Nintendo and Sony had beef, and Nintendo was in the right, Sony was in the wrong. Sony decided to be dickholes and become competitors. That's the long story that's short.
So they decided to use capitalism to their advantage.
Yep. So the long story is,
Bitch.
so the long story is, Nintendo wasn't happy with the sound processing chips and the Super Nintendo because some of them failed. And Sony, instead of being a normal upstanding corporation where they were like, oh, yep, we sold you defective shit, our bad, they just decided to be obstinate assholes about it, and Nintendo didn't like it and said, fine, we just won't do business with you anymore. And so, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sony holds most of its money in its life insurance policies. That's where they get the most of their shit from.
Okay.
it sounds like some conspiracy shit.
I know. So and what ended up happening was Nintendo pulled all of their life insurance policies from Sony because they dicked them over. So Sony went and said, fuck you, we're going to steal the technology you're developing for the N64, which was the disc, because believe it or not, the N64 was supposed to have a disc system, and they decided that they were going to release it with that, and then Nintendo never had the opportunity. So the Nintendo 64 was originally going to be for cartridges and discs, you can still find the disc portion of it online. It's
I
super
think
expensive.
this is bullshit. I'm gonna pull a prove it ticket again. Because I definitely remember in the history of the development of the 64, because they were fucking with the Philips CDI and all that bullshit, but it like flopped, so they weren't sure about it. And I saw like the CD drive was as like an add-on to the cartridge 64.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Like, but it wasn't like originally supposed to be.
No,
there.
it was.
I don't know about that.
No,
but
yeah, it was. Developers got it with the N64 pack because the developers needed to use the disc portion of it to test the hardware and the software. So the developers had it. That's why you can still buy them. They're just super fucking expensive. Because there was
no,
developers.
yeah, I've seen those, but. And like Nintendo, but I mean everyone was fucking with discs, dude. Like Sega CD was like everyone was discing.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. But when I say that they were stealing it, you have to remember that the Nintendo or the PlayStation 1 was also a 64-bit console. That's the part that dicked Nintendo over. Was Nintendo was pushing. Maybe Sony. Maybe the PS1 was.
Oh
too.
wait, no, I remember. Wasn't Sony pissed off because Nintendo did the CDI with Philips instead of them? I thought maybe.
That may have been a portion of it.
I think that was also. I think that was also a thing of it. Was that they're like, well, I think that they were gonna collab. Like I think they were the ones that were supposed to collab. That's what it was. So I mean, I'm not saying what you're saying is not true, but yeah, I think that was a thing too. Is like I think that Sony was supposed to do it with them, and then 64 was like fuck y'all, and then Sony was like okay, well double fuck y'all, we're gonna make our own thing.
Essentially, that's correct. Yeah, and then they did it again with the Xbox in a way. Microsoft created the HD discs. Do you remember those?
Yeah, the HD drive, you mean, or the HD DVD?
HD disc, yeah, it was essentially the same thing as the Blu-ray, except for the
HD
Blu-ray
DVD. It was HD DVD.
Blu-ray had more space to it, so they ended up winning the.
What up, Winterfang?
That little war. So essentially, what it felt like they did was they took that and then they just kind of flipped the disc on top of itself, mirrored the one side, and sold that as Blu-ray. At least that's how I looked at it from the technical perspective. So there's another instance. In other words, they just do a lot of stuff I don't like, to be honest. So I'm an anti-fanboy for Sony.
Yeah, see, I think the PlayStation 2 is I had my first PlayStation 2 like since from the beginning, and then the only reason it stopped playing PS1 games, but it still played PS2 games.
That's because your disc reader was going bad.
Well, it was first gen.
DVD?
It was first gen, and it went when I was in college.
Did it stop reading DVDs too?
No, it was just PS1 games.
That's a little odd.
But then it was like a fix for it online, so I was like fucking with it, and then I accidentally broke it. But then my grandma had a slim one, and I haven't had any problems with the slims. They say the slims are made really well. Like the slims don't really have a lot of issues at all.
My buddy still went through 2 or 3 of them though. I don't know what it was. He didn't mistreat any of his consoles. He took care of his shit, and he went through a lot of Sony shit. I still have my original PS1 in the closet. It resets every 15 minutes for some reason, but I have it.
Yeah, my first 360. My 360 was the only thing that just like straight up shit on.
Yeah, a lot of them did because of the way that they soldered the board. They used shitty solder. And what ended up happening was if it wasn't getting enough airflow, it would just start melting the solder.
That's exactly what happened to mine because I fixed it for a little while because doing the towel trick, like wrapping the towel around it to remelt the solder. Yep. Yeah, it worked for a little while, but then it happened again. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to mine.
You know, on the opposite side of that, I had my original arcade up until 2010, and it worked. And I have the original Elite behind me, and it still works. I
have a black one. It's not an Elite, but it's like one of the later gens. It's not an Elite. But,
okay, yeah, I know.
So it's one of the more recent ones. Not the last one, but I think it's like the second to the last one. The first black one that isn't an Elite is what I have. But honestly, like the Winterfang, I agree with you. I'm not a fanboy of anybody. I'm not a hater of anybody either. I just try to like evaluate things for what they are. I haven't bought a Nintendo console since the 64, and but I think there's plenty of great games for GameCube and whatnot. It's just like they didn't have maybe enough. The GameCube I had problems with because of the controller, even though people say it's great. And I didn't like the aesthetic of it and anything, so I skipped that. The Wii I had, but then it was weird. Games wise is weird. The Wii U has good games, but was expensive, and so I didn't buy that.
Stupid.
And its games, and it doesn't have a lot of good games either. And then now the Switch, I'm waiting to see how the titles turn out. But as a console, or not as a console, but as a system, whatever you want to fucking call it, I think I'm highly interested in it. And if there's more games than just Bomberman and Mario Kart that's already out and Breath of the Wild, I would totally be into it.
My biggest problem with the Switch is that while everybody else is moving forward, they're moving backward.
They're moving like laterally. It's not. I think they're not treating it like a linear thing anymore. They're trying to like treat it as like a lattice, like instead of a ladder. Like, and you can move like they're like trying to move like diagonal. I think.
Yeah,
it's like,
I can see that perspective.
And I think the versatility of the Switch is its selling point. But most of the people that I talk to, YouTuber wise, that like it, seem to mostly play it as a handheld and not in the dock.
Yeah, and that's my biggest problem with it, though, is I feel like in the dock it should have been more powerful. They should have utilized some kind of Firewire, Lightning, USB 3.0 bullshit to get some kind of extra boost out of it, because, you buy a 4K TV for your other stuff, and then you play a 900p game on it. Like, that sucks. That's just a kick in the balls.
I think you just need to accept it more as the successor to the 3DS more so than the
that's
successor.
a very good point.
It's like the Wii U and the 3DS had a baby, and that's like what its intention is.
Yeah.
But I would say that it's leaning way more on the handheld side, just like in terms of what people are enjoying it for. Yeah. I know that's not what Nintendo was presenting it as. It was more like 50-50 thing. But I think that like it's supposed to be like it's obviously they're pushing the casual angle as always. With like the two handheld controllers can be two separate controllers and you can play with two people. Like it's already.
Oh, those controllers are horrid though.
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I haven't heard anything bad about them.
Oh, they're so tiny.
Oh yeah, but you can use the what's it called, the Pro Controller or whatever, or like they're not the Pro Controller, like that block that puts them together or whatever.
I'm trying to see the resolution for the 3DS XL because
I think it sucks. The 3DS XL, I own one. I have the new 3DS XL and it's like stretched out.
I love mine.
The new 3DS XL, it doesn't suck, but I think the old 3DS XL had a better, not new, I don't remember. The smaller 3DS has a better resolution than or it's the same resolution, it's just because the screen's bigger, it looks not as good maybe.
I have the Legend of Zelda one, and I love that fucking thing. I thought the 3DS was the best thing they come out with in a long time.
Oh, shit.
And,
I like it. Yeah, I love it.
TJ, you say you didn't like it?
No, I just said, oh shit.
Oh, I thought you said
fell.
no. Shit.
I almost fell.
By the way, I hope you're not mad at me, by the way.
What? No, dude.
Nobody's mad at you.
Nobody's mad.
TJ doesn't have a 3DS. He can't talk about it.
I just can't talk about this one.
The
shit that I ain't got nothing to say about. I don't know nothing about. I can't speak upon.
Yeah, I find the Switch intriguing. I definitely if there's even like 3 more games that I would be into, and that Project Octopath Traveler looks so good to me as a JRPG fan. Like the art style of that, it's made by Atlas, I'm pretty sure, the Persona company, and it looks really good. The art style. Let me pull up some shit of that.
Some shit of that. But anyway, I just got my 3DS XL like less than a year ago, and I'm really pissed off. Like I just
Yeah,
got
so
it.
did I. I bought it for Sun and Moon.
I bought mine from Monster Hunter 4 and Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but
That's, like,
I'm happy
really
because
it.
I can still play old DS games. That's one thing the Switch can't.
Yeah. I have my original DS Lite too, so I can play
Oh,
advanced.
then, yeah. Oh yeah. I see. I have an SP and a 3D. And
I know. I'm so jealous of you and your SP, dude. I remember you posted that on the Pittsburgh Retro Gaming group a long time ago, and I was like, you motherfucker. Did you see that on that same group when the Switch first came out that dude wanted to trade his Corvette for one? Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, in the Pittsburgh Retro Gaming group, somebody posted that they wanted to trade their, I think it was an IROC Corvette for the Switch. Or not IROC Corvette, Camaro. I'm sorry.
Oh, I figure we'll end the show in 2.5 hours. I figure after, I'm probably gonna get a shower and prepare for my evening stream. I think I'm just gonna play more Persona, just, honestly. I don't think I can stop.
Don't do it, Toshio might not.
Fuck yeah, I don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, that was super fucked up. I cannot believe he did that. Like that was.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the last things that the last thing we should talk about is channel stuff.
We didn't talk about DBZ either.
Oh yeah, that's right. But fuck that. I think me and TJ talked about it on like a gameplay once for a long time. Or no,
Yeah.
actually I think it was off stream that we talked about it for a while.
I don't know.
It's all a blur anymore.
It's all smoke-filled blur.
I don't know. You gotta check out your rhythm bot. Like, I wonder if you can give me the rhythm bot shit, because there's something wasn't working with it. Or like,
Yeah,
I think I
Right.
requested way too many things, and then I think I requested a bunch of shit in a row, and it stopped letting me do it. Okay, looks like Me6 posted when we came online, so that worked. Yeah, this is the Discord. The bot posts it, but if you haven't joined in there, please do so, because we hang out and act like idiots in here. Post waifus. More waifu stuff.
More waifu war.
Oh, your 9-kill win. I didn't post that either.
That's okay. That's not me. That's my buddy Chicken.
Oh yeah, but you can post that kind of stuff in the main. What was I gonna say?
That play is amazing though. He literally played the whole game and like 6 people were just looking in the opposite direction. He just like walks up on them and blasts them in the face with a shotgun. I don't know why, but it makes me laugh so hard. Like the first guy, he just walks up and blasts him through a window and he's like, I don't know what the fuck he was looking at.
Yeah, but yeah, the Me6 bot is sick, dude. It does everything. It does the auto post. It does the DJ. We probably can get rid of the DJ bot once I figure it out. It does everything on its own. It auto rates. It does the level ranking thing. Trying to think. I think there was something else it did that I really liked.
You sent me a list.
Oh, well, like welcome. When people come in, it like tells you what it does. Like, or it tells you like where to go. Like, go here, and receive your orientation or whatever, and then you go to that channel, and it tells you what all the other channels mean.
Did you delete? I thought you deleted all his stuff.
Yeah, well, it delete when you ban somebody, it deletes all their stuff.
Except in that one channel, it still showed.
I think it was something like the bot talked to him about or something.
I still can't believe he fucking blocked me.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I didn't do dick.
Probably, yeah, but it's probably for the best.
Probably.
Yeah, no, and honestly, dude, you were like kind of like enabling him to a degree.
In a way.
And I was trying to tell you to not do
mediate.
that, and you just you were kind of like babying him, like the private messages and stuff. Like, I feel like we should have just kept it all on the table and stuff. Like, I feel like you were like trying to take him aside so he wouldn't unfollow you or something like that.
Kind of, not necessarily that. It comes from guild officer in World of Warcraft more than anything. You don't go after somebody in front of people because you'll get different results alone in front of people. Does that make sense?
No, I wasn't saying that, but like taking him aside from. I don't want to like do it in front of everybody, but like. I don't know. It just like you were like playing good cop and I was bad cop, and he just hated me even more after it. After you talked to him,
I don't think that's why. I think he was gonna be a dick to you the second you told him you were gonna keep doing what you want to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is how it started all this.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna play Persona, and then he's like, I'm gonna unfollow you, and I was like, wow, that's fucked up. And like another thing is, don't think that I was taking his side or anything. Like I told him that he needs to fucking calm the fuck down, essentially.
Yeah, but if he's not following me too, like I'm the reason why he's here in the first place. Like
yeah, I agree. But
if he's not following me, he shouldn't be in here anyways, either, because he's just here causing trouble and saying goofy shit. He's just here to cause trouble. That's all he's trying to do.
Cause a ruckus.
This is rile people up or whatever, or be a goofball, and then just whine like, play Crooked Man, play this game from 5 years ago that everybody watched 5 years ago. Like,
yeah, I see. No, like I agree with you, and I see your point. I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to like be a dick about it.
No, I know you were trying to be nice to him. There was like a certain point where it was like. It was just kind of like egging him on. Not egging him on, but like enabling him to keep doing it.
No, I did discipline him and stuff. Like the first time when he posted that shit, I told him, don't post shit like that. Like I didn't
Yeah, but that was
shit.
like, that should have been the final nail. As instead of the first time we say it's like, you say it's.
That was the first time he really did anything wrong though.
See, he was like saying like shit like, I don't know. He was saying like, the Segoy like, suck my dick, or like fuck, like I want to fuck you, and like weird, just it was like creeped him out, and he like left and didn't come back.
Something about that afterward.
There was, and then he was just being a dick to me, which is that's right there enough to boot somebody.
Yeah.
If you're a dick,
I didn't know some of that stuff though.
If he's a dick to me, Blaktimus, or you, then it doesn't matter if it's just one of us. Like we all have to be unified on.
I agree.
Like if we're gonna be all in here together, then. If someone's hating on you, like I don't care if they're cool with me. I'm still gonna say something or boot them or whatever.
In the future, I'll try to be more uniform with your opinions.
I mean, not like that. Not like you have to think how I think, but like if someone's being a douche to me, like.
No, yeah, I get you.
I wouldn't like stand by and let it happen, I guess.
Yeah, I thought you. Well, I shouldn't word it that way. I almost said something that could have been offensive. I almost said I thought you had thicker skin than that, but I thought you were like not cool with it, but tolerant.
I was at first, but then it just wouldn't stop. It didn't. That's the problem. Is he wouldn't stop. It just kept, and then after a certain point, he was just like, "This is how it was gonna be. Like this is how I'm gonna be to you." Like it was like 2-3 days in a row. Of him being like that.
No, like I get that. I told you I'll follow whatever you do. Whatever you say, I'll do.
Yeah, I mean if I'm crossing the line like being a baby, like by all means, but like yeah, like that was he's crossed the line multiple times yesterday. We should have banned him yesterday. And out. As soon as he did something racist should be you're out immediately.
Yeah, I guess. Well, see, the thing is, I thought he was joking because some people have fucked up senses of humor like that.
Yeah, but that kind of shit ain't tolerated.
Yeah, I know. That's what I told him. Remember, like immediately I was on that. I was like, nope, none of that.
Yeah, and I put on the thing now like zero tolerance for that shit.
Yeah, and that's another thing. There was no like rule per se.
Which is why I didn't ban him right then and there.
Yeah.
But then he was being a dickhead the next morning.
Honestly. If you would have asked me to just ban him, I would have done it, TJ. Like, I felt bad that, like...
What? Why you feel bad for who? Me? Nigga,
no, because I felt bad because that dude was just in the chat being a dumbass.
I mean, it was just more, like, he was dumbass.
If I see it, I'm banning him. That's just, like, if I see fuck shit, I'm ban. Like, that's just, we run this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's no, well, I mean, there can be if you want, but me, there wouldn't have been no, well, I didn't put the rules up, so I didn't. Nah, nigga, you out. There are a million of you. You're dispensable.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to be consistently like a dickhead and just not be cool, because it's binary.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no compromise, especially when we run the channel.
Yeah,
And it's
we're
free.
the masters of this territory. We're the kings.
Yeah, man, we run the shadow realm around these parts.
So
we
if
run these streets.
Yeah, we'll
Yugi
banish
boy.
you, banish a motherfucker if we see fit.
Yeah, I understand, and I
Poop
respect
in their
that.
mouth too.
Poop in their neck.
Poop in their mouth.
No, you cut their head off and you shit in their neck.
All right,
No,
Duke.
I want them to taste it. I want them to taste it.
All right, Duke Nukem.
More like Dooku.
Yeah, I guess I was a little more forgiving than I should have been, which I'm sorry for, but
it's
I try
cool.
not to be a
I don't
total
give a
dick.
shit.
I
don't
think
give a shit.
because it was like the first day of us together, it was like weird. Like we're still like operating way separately. Like your corner is still very much your own thing. But I think over time we'll become more integrated, and that stuff will like figure itself out.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the case.
I'm
You're gonna
sorry.
make me cry.
I didn't mean to go.
Don't do that.
Hopefully Johnny Demise will join our squad.
That'd be cool.
We'll be 4 horsemen. I think that's about it. I mean, unless somebody else like we know.
Lush. Why not Lush?
Yeah, Lush is cool.
Yeah, I like him.
He seems to be the biggest out of the 4 of us, though. I don't know. We might be. We
he
might
has
be
to be
beneath
able to
him.
run the obstacle course. He has to be able to run the obstacle course.
Because he has his own Discord that has a decent amount of people in it.
Oh yeah, he probably wouldn't want to.
That's what I mean. Like
He doesn't need us. He doesn't need to.
I'm in his Discord, and he has 23, 27. He's got 4 others. I guess I'm a streamer in there too. 23, 27, 20, 31, 32, 34, 37. He's almost got 40 people in there. And he made me a streamer role in his thing, so that's cool.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh group's pretty cool. A lot of people followed me from that. I knew that as soon as you joined there, you'd get like a bunch of follows and hosts and stuff. Steve.
Yeah, it's not really what I did though.
No, it's not. That's not the reason to do it. I'm saying that when you did, you would get a little bump from it. And there's good people in there for like. I just wanted networking and questions, and we can coordinate with other local streamers.
Yeah, I should never be your point of contact for streaming because I'm still kind of a noob.
Yeah, but but we are like, there's a lot of people in there that don't even have the concurrence that we get. Like we're in like the 5 to 10. I feel like in the last week you've been steadily in the 5 to 10 range, and at least, and that's where I'm at most of the time.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing right. Like I tried to look at the analytics, and I can't get any information out of it really. Well, any useful information. Like,
I mean,
looked
every
at all
time
the-
I've come into your channel over the last week, you've had like more than 5. You've had like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, the other night I had 12, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I love it.
Yeah. I think I think there's plateaus for this stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're on another one. Like getting to the 5 to 10 range is like the next plateau, and then after that is the 10 to 20 range. We get over 10 on Town of Salem, but that's about it. Actually, you know what? I've been getting a lot. Persona, what it does is I'll get 10 people for like an hour, 10 to 12 people for like an hour or 2, and then they will like half of them will fall off, and then or all of them will fall off, and then a new set of people will like trickle in, but it won't like ever pass 5 again. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm an acquired personality. Like you have to like me is the best way I can put it. Like if you don't, it takes a special kind of person, I guess. So I see a lot of people come in and leave is my point. Like a lot.
Looks like Johnny Demise is trying to set up the waifu bot for Pokemon in his thing, and he said that he has the buy price, so he must not have the same script as me for the. He's setting up his Phantom bot today, is what he's been trying to do.
That's what I said. Remember, I was gonna do the Pokemon thing. No, I was gonna do Digimon.
All right.
TJ just got mad at me because I picked Digimon over Pokemon.
No, I don't fucking Yeah, I like Digimon over Pokemon, to be honest with you.
Nice,
That's
dude.
my shit. Digimon has always been better than Pokemon, in my opinion.
Fucking. I like the fact that they can like evolve laterally to other things. It was so cool.
the Digimon, dog.
The
When they
Digimon,
became the Digimon, I was like, it's over. This is the rawest. It's over. I'm done.
the
I'm done.
digital monsters.
He became like a Jedi wolf thing.
You talking about Ty?
No, man, I'm talking about the one Digimon where dude was like, it wasn't Ty. Actually, man, I have no idea, dog. I don't know. It was one of these like really old Digimon that was the newer Digimon. I don't know, dude, at all. I really don't. I got nothing for you. I don't. They swipe their hands on a barcode. Their digi things, like their clothes come off. They become digital things, and then they turn into their digital monster counterpart things, and then they fight.
World.
I mean, I would be a Digimon thing. I'd be raw.
I'd be Agumon.
Agumon. That's like the one anyone would pick.
Yeah,
I'd be the angel dude, dog.
that's the Pikachu of Digimon.
Yeah. The Angel's
the
pretty
Angel
popular
dude.
as well.
The Angel dude started out as like a little hamster, though.
And
Hamtaro. You guys want to
Yeah,
watch Hamtaro?
no, I'm good.
Remember when that was a thing?
I don't.
Yeah.
What
What was
is-
what was that TV show? Shin-chan or whatever. Was that what it was?
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
Shin-Chan.
Shin-Chan
Yeah,
was great.
it's on Hulu. Shin-Chan's on Hulu.
Bro.
Just constantly showing his hams to everybody.
Shin-chan. This is why. Why he shows ass everywhere?
I don't
Why?
know, but it was great. It was hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah. But I'm ready to eat. We've been here for 2.5 hours.
All right, you're calling it.
Time of death.
All right, well we'll be back after. We're just gonna take like an hour and a half break. I'm gonna shower and prepare foods to eat later. I'm trying to think. Are you streaming later, Steve? Plug yourself.
I might be. I haven't decided what I was gonna do. Crooked Man, but fuck that now.
Yeah, fuck that game, dude. That game's not even good.
I've never played it, so I mean, I'm open. But
It's not even good. I mean, it's all right, but it's like, you know, it's like an indie. It's indie horror, but in the style, it looks like a JRPG, and it's not an RPG, even though he calls it that. It's just like in the like Pokemon, you know, level of graphics.
so it's not gonna
Like
give me any
you know,
jump
like
scares or nothing.
16-bit. It's 16-bit. There's jump scares, but it's not. It's 16-bit graphics.
I mean, that's not a deterrent for me.
No,
honestly.
it doesn't make it bad. It's just, trust me, those games all those games he's talking about have a bit of a wonkiness to them, like I don't know, budget wise or whatever. Like I think they're made by like just a regular dude. All of them were not the same guy necessarily, but not that they're bad. They're worth playing. They're worth playing. Corpse Party's not bad. Corpse Party's not bad. It's long as fuck though. I watched
Honestly,
PewDiePie play all of them. Al Oni is wild too. The purple dude. I'm a hater. They're not for me. But I definitely have watched PewDiePie play all of them. So to completion. So they're good enough for me to watch. So maybe I'm full of shit.
Yeah, maybe. And maybe they're a good idea, but I really want to do Kerbal Space Program, but I'm really fucking bad at that game.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
gonna be
really
terrible at
bad.
that game. I like.
I haven't even made it to the moon. I mean, like, I can orbit the moon, but I can't fucking figure out how to land on it.
Ah! Sorry,
Fuck was-
I stretched.
Oh, so you what the?
Yeah, I'm about to
He's just getting antsy.
get the fuck out.
All
No,
right,
man, I
when
gotta
when
I
you
gotta
trying
go.
to rendezvous? Are you coming back, TJ?
Yeah, I don't got nothing else to do today unless somebody tells me do something else. I have no money, so I can't do anything for real unless niggas pay for me.
Town of Salem later, guys.
Oh, I think Sunday's Town of Salem Sunday, but maybe like if you let me get a few hours of Persona in, I might be able. If you pop in the stream, and you might be able to talk me into it.
Well, me and her were gonna play on at 10 o'clock, and I might stream it. I don't know. I like doing these really long streams because you can pick up a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna take a break and then stream from like 6 till the rest of the night.
I think on Monday is my 12-hour. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do for 12 hours.
12 hours, I feel like wouldn't even be hard.
I did one the other day. On the Monday, I did the retro stream, and then after that, we did Town of Salem, and we went until like 5 in the morning.
Oh my god! Well, no wonder
Yeah.
you got so many people playing Town of Salem for that long.
Yeah, me and her. She loves that fucking game, dude. You're an asshole.
I told you, man. That game is people love that game.
Dude, she does. She every day. You want to play Town of Salem? I'm not right now. I'm kind of. Then she gets sad because I'm not playing it.
Yeah, I feel like maybe. All right, well then hit me up around 10, and maybe we can line up some Town of Salem. Like we'll meet in the village around then, and then because the thing is with Town of Salem is we usually attract people that will want to play with us, but I don't like having too many people in the game because then you can't get new people because they won't see your notes or whatever.
Do you stream at 720p? 720p?
All right, chill, niggas. I'm out of here. I'll holler at y'all on the wire.
All right.
Thanks
Stay
for the
black. This is
conversation.
Blaktimus Prime. Yeah, yo. Everybody be easy. Steve, hope I didn't come off too aggressive. That's kind of just how I am. I'm passionate.
All right. Well, give us a time. When are we rendezvousing?
I mean, I'm gonna be here all day. I don't have plans to do anything.
6:30. 6:30. It's 4:37 right now.
Yeah, I can come back.
Yeah,
then.
I mean, you don't have to be there right at the dot. I'm just saying for the stream, for the viewers to come back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
around that time for you, but for them, 6:30. I expect you. But you better be here. But yeah. All right, yeah. Well, hit me up around 10 then, because that'll give me a good solid 3.5 hours of Persona, and then we can fucking rake in the follows.
Wow.
What the fuck?
All right, everybody. Peace out. Stay black. Be safe. Wear a condom on your head when you ride a bike with your girl.
Later, man.
Peace out.
Condom and use condoms with anal.